All right, we are live. Can y'all hear me? Let's set this up. All right, I'm just trying to get stuff set up. Can you guys hear me? Hear me. All right, let's just do some stuff. I'm gonna open this thing up. Pop out chat. All right, how's everyone doing? Okay, got ads running. Oh, let's go. Rotary Motion's got ads. Make sure to watch them all. This one will largely about rotary motion. All right, possibly, yeah, about the hurricane. And a lot of rotary motion. Gonna move this down here. I'm just sorting some stuff out. All right, and then this should move it left more. Just apologies. I just should. Okay, move this, and I'm gonna make this bigger. Okay, how big should I make the text? Should this be good enough? I think it should be good. Okay, I'll make it one more. Actually, no, that's too big. Okay, this is good. All right, Gary Jackson's here. Let's go. Cyclone Motion, Christopher John. We got a whole lot of OGs in the house. All right, so now I could refresh this. And what I could also do is I'm gonna copy this. I can paste the chat here. Alright, so we have a chat, yeah, pretty cool stuff here. And now we could do bookmarks only in new tabs, so more space. Anyways, how's my voice? Is it loud? Is it good? And I'm just gonna pop up switch accounts. Just want to check how it is, if I could hear myself. Alright. Yeah, I got ads playing there. Everyone's a bit late, but oh, now the business is in the house. He's on his 20th channel. I'm gonna make him admin. So you can just add moderator, standard moderator. And now, gotta make this. Okay, how do I make it just regular moderator? Night Visionist. Loud and proud. Alright, alright. Add as moderator. Okay, today's gonna be a pretty epic live stream. Gonna go over some geoengineering, and this is this channel that I was sent a while ago, and then looking at it, it's pretty interesting info. So I'll actually be doing live research on the go today. Okay, and how's my face? So is it bright or is it fine? I just don't want to get blinded by my lighting. Because I have a light here. If I can make it, it's like blinding. If I do this, might be a bit better. Okay. Okay, check mic 1 check. Okay, I don't know what that means, but let's go. Okay, I move this over. Okay. And alright, so we have 22 people in the house. 22 already. That's a lot of people. Holy. Just taking over the game. Okay, this is, let's see if you have any stats here. Okay, 22 people, 12 likes already. We're just taking over the game, guys. Let's try to break the record. 69 is the record. That's pretty cool. All right, and then I think this is one more. Okay, this is one. It's pretty good size. Okay, Reality Access. Yeah, Reality. I just got your videos, your emails you sent. Okay, he's in the house, and I saw the first one. It's pretty good, and I just haven't had time to reply. We'll go over some of the stuff later, but today's gonna be on the geoengineering and a whole bunch of other stuff. You actually. I had to cut down a whole bunch of this links and info I have here because it was just too much. But we'll try to focus on the geoengineering, but also a whole lot of 9/11 stuff and some other stuff. All right. So as always, here is the link to all the notes and links, link to all the links, and so on. And then as usual, we'll have this open. I'm gonna start opening up. And there's the chat. There's another. Whoops, that's another version of the chat. Okay, 23. Okay, C's in the house. Hello, C. All right, and I'm gonna go web.telegram. Okay, so we have a whole bunch. And then Reality Access just dropped a new video on that electromagnetic interference on 9/11. All right. So I just want to load up the Telegram. I should have done this earlier. Just a lot of stuff trying to get done. All right. So we have this. Set up here, and this is breaking news. This is how it should have been on 9/11, but there's a giant hurricane and nobody talks about it till like years later. And then when you ask someone about it, they like recently they'll be like, "There's a hurricane on 9/11." So yes, imagine this giant hurricane with a weird pentagon shape there. And this is literally space satellite footage. And there's there's the New York City with the dust or plumes or fumes or quote smoke rising up. So you can see it from space, but then there's a giant hurricane right there, and nobody talks about it. And somehow the weather news channel is gonna be brushed off to the side due to a high pressure or low pressure a cold front coming from the left side. So that's pretty interesting. All right, so that links there. So as always, guys, MES links, guys. Go to MES links. A whole bunch of stuff there. You'll have all the links to everything. Click this button, and you can see everything. MH370 PSYOP. You can see MES Truth and so on. Crypto stuff, 9/11 stuff, and I have all the a bunch of links here with a bunch of X threads as well. And so, and also, guys, become a super fan. Super fan. Again, the links are in there as well. You can become super fan. You can donate. Throw some cash at me, and here's super fan. Just like the hurricane brushed off. Yeah, it was just okay. Everyone, yeah, this is 9/11 revisionist, like fifth channel. So make sure to subscribe his channel, but follow on Rumble and Odyssey, and also Richard Gage is after him on Rumble. So that's pretty. I haven't had a chance to look at this, but this is a Richard. Let's go all the way down here. Where did it go? I had a post earlier. Okay, this one here. This is from 9/11 revisionist. Richard Gage 911 replied to his Richard Gage the Spook red herring video. So this is his Rumble. Make sure to follow that. Let's actually have a read it. I'll open it. I'll read it soon. I just want to get focused first because I don't want to go too off topic. Anyways, guys, become a super fan. There's a super fan. Click this button. You can become a super fan, and you get a bunch of emojis, and you pay $15 a month Canadian. That's about $2 American. And you get a bunch of these emojis, and you get a trophy next to your name, and so on. So the next setup is donate, guys. If you want to donate, you can also do super chats, or you can donate PayPal, crypto, and whatnot, as your heart desires. So there's a whole bunch of links there. And then the next setup is MES links, Telegram. This is where I throw everything usually first, before I share it on YouTube or Twitter or X or whatnot. So everything's on Telegram, which is easy to upload and sort through everything. All right, and there's the hurricane thumbnail there. All right, and the next setup. Let's see what else I have here. Okay, this one here. Okay, that's redundant. Whoops, this is for next live stream, and I'll just remove this part here. All right, so the next setup, guys, is basically 9/11 revisionist live stream next Saturday. He's gonna be on there again, pretty much whenever he wants. He gets on the show. He'll be doing UFO media covering up 9/11, and also I'll cover Ashton Forbes and MH370 in that as well. I was gonna actually cover this episode, but I'll move a lot of the stuff there for next week. So stay tuned for that. And again, if you're talking about UFOs, advanced tech, or MH370, and if you're not talking about 9/11, you're pretty much covering up, because 9/11 is the big one. 9/11 has a giant hurricane here. It's a giant hurricane. We're not talking about some like shady videos of a plane disappearing, like of a cartoon of a plane disappearing. Let's see that were also made with a bunch of clouds that were taken there. Let's see where's all the way back. Yeah, so we're not talking about some random videos of unknown source from a YouTube channel showing this little blob just teleporting. Where's that teleporting? Right here. See, we're not just talking about this. So if someone's spending their whole life on this, and then they ignore this part here, there's a giant hurricane, and there's a pentagon shape. That's interesting. So that's so anyways, that's a big issue. That's a red flag. If you're talking about things that are obviously fake, or insignificant, and then ignoring the big one that's obvious, then something's up with you. Anyways, the next setup here. So 9/11 revisionist, third YouTube channel got deleted. Here's his fourth. So here's his fourth one. It's going to be using it mainly for commenting on the live stream and so on. So make sure to follow him there. Subscribe. Okay, I'll be subscribed too. Okay, so he has 7 subscribers. This fourth one and so on. Okay, keep going further. Someone in the chat last time. Okay, someone in the chat last time said that they want to buy, their friend, they sent the link to buy Where the Towers Go, but they said it was sold out, and then I sent a link to the Where the Towers Go book, but it wasn't working, so I actually emailed Andrew Johnson, and then he got it up and running. So there's the wheretowersgo.com/buy, and you can buy the book. All right, the next setup here. Stephen F says Bob Greeno just posted a great video called O-Day control showing dustification happening during tornadoes. Oh, okay, that's epic. That's epic stuff. Let's just have let's go here, Martin Fleischman. Let's go O-Day, 0 day. O-Day control. When did he post this one? Okay, this one, this is the stream yesterday. Okay, so that's interesting. So we will have to check this out. Okay, O-Day control. Oh yeah, so yeah, Maggie says, oh yeah, that was me, yeah, for sure. What we really need is a Paul Loveless live stream so we can give him a platform he needs to change all our minds to suit what the government wants you to know. Yeah, we could, but it's just too much. It's just it's like the playing dumb is the part I really don't like. It's like and having to repeat myself 1,000 times, and also pretending like he's part of this quote community, and then all of a sudden just throwing bombs like that are completely opposite what he did. Oh, there it is. You seem triggered here. Paul Loveless in the house. Let's go. All right, going further. Let's go. Okay, the next setup here is. Okay, so May 25th, Saturday, Morgan Reynolds live stream. So that's still happening. That's gonna be not next Saturday, not the one after. So 3 weeks from now, Morgan Reynolds did the RFC for the alleged plane crashes on 9/11. And also another setup here. I'm just like going through a whole bunch of other stuff I didn't go through. So someone in the chat said 30% of $9.99 donation was 66.66. No, that's actually not the case. It's I put a link here. Just go. Where's Telegram? Where's this? Okay. Yeah, so it was actually it was 6.99, but then 1/3 of 999 is 3. I mean 2/3 is 666. Where's the 999? Guess it's 2/3. And then this actually comment from Rotary Motion. So 3 plus 3.33 plus 3.33 equals 2/3, etc. Anyways, it's hard to wrap my head around. So moreover, I respect answering something you missed a week ago, which you logged. You would. Fascinating, epic stuff. And let's just keep going further. And also 4/20/2024 backwards is 4/20/2024. All right, let's continue focus. I'm just like rapid firing. Some of the stuff is like some in my memory. And here's another one. I was trying to look for in 2 streams ago for that math lab bust. So we're talking about meth and math. So 5 arrested in math lab bust right here. So this is a math easy solution. So this is again. This is about a math was slicing it up for Maggie. Okay, but yes. Anyways, so 5 people arrested in a math lab bust. That's what I was looking for before. Okay, let's just go for keep going further. So MES Warman movie, and then we'll get through a whole bunch of stuff. And I have I'll try to power through a lot of this, and then get to the Hurricane Erin and weather modification. All right, so MES Worm movie. I just want to show this some comic relief. So MES is starring the new Worm Man movie. All right, let's go. All right, guys. Yeah, that's the new Worm Man movie. All right, next setup. So MES live stream via AI face swap as a Japanese woman. I think so. So basically, let me know if I should do this right here. Japanese. AI voice. Whoops, where's the thingy? How do I just find it? Oh, okay, I'll just copy this. Yeah, so you can actually copy the link in the Telegram. It'll open up too. Okay, face real swap. Okay, so this is a advanced. Like, let me know if you could hear the audio.
其实有些人说，哎，这个直播换脸它的效果不是很好。我现在用的就是这个直播实时录像。那么直播的话，它这个其实已经是很完善的，包括像这种捏脸什么的，它都。
Alright, so anyways, I think it's like, yeah, I don't know why Telegram, that stuff doesn't stop. Okay, but anyways, it's pretty obvious. So let me know if I should do that for the next live stream, guys. The voice and thing and the face change as well. Alright, let's see the next setup. What do I also have in this list? Okay, so another one is, so YouTube thinks I own the copyright to Conspiracy Theorist's Rockefeller video, because I showed it in the live stream like a few weeks ago. And if I go to it, let's go to the dashboard. So if I go to dashboard, and then I go to content. So if I go over to, I think it was this copyright right here. Where's the, this copyright right here. So YouTube gave me a notification saying that someone used my video, because I played it in the live stream. So this one, the channel copyright. So they think that they think that this person used my footage. So they think I own the copyrights. But again, this is conspiracy theorists' video about the Rockefeller and the connection to 9/11 and a whole bunch of other stuff there. So there's a conspiracy theorist right there. So anyway, so YouTube thinks I own the copyright. So right here, new copyright matches review videos that may be using your content. Let's go. And now I have the power. I can go and request that they stop showing, but it's pretty good to show it anyways. And I also don't own the rights. But that's good that YouTube thinks I own it. All right, going to the next setup. What else did I have here? All right, so COVID silent protest on MES Truth. So if you haven't seen, I have a second channel, MES Truth. This was I made it a few years ago so I can upload like other people's stuff and stuff that's just a bit out there from just a bit more off topic than my Math Easy, in case I get deleted or and whatnot. So this one, it will also serve as a backup in anything if anything happens to MES Math Easy. But this also, make sure to subscribe to it, and I upload a whole bunch of other stuff here, but once in a while I upload usually things from like clips from other people's channels and so on. And they deleted my Andrew Kaufman one, that humanity is not a virus video. Anyways, I put some Bill Cooper stuff. And this one, the latest one I uploaded a few days ago, this is on the They Live silent protest in Vancouver art gallery. And Alan Forrest is actually in this as well. I have timestamps right here. Alan Forrest at the 2:01 mark. I'll play some of this, but then I'll mute it once it goes to the They Live music. It's a copyright, and I don't want to get demonetized on that. But anyways, so... yeah, so protect grandma, guys. Alright, I'll mute this part here. I don't want to get the stuff. It has the background music of They Live. But anyways, this was actual silent protest that was being done in Vancouver Art Gallery in downtown Vancouver in 2021. It's pretty epic. And yeah, so they would walk around with signs, and they would all be quiet and walk around with the They Live signs, obey, etc. And while people are staring wearing masks. Like, literally. Okay, and then let's go back. I think 2:01 is when... yeah, there's Alan Forrest. This is all for your protection. And he actually commented about this. Did I just have a reference to social distancing? Just math? Yeah, there is social distancing in there. And then let's see here. Oh, whoops. Let's see, replies. And then here's Alan Forrest actually replied to that video. I tagged him in it. He says, "Wild days for sure. We used to march through intersections chanting, 'Wake up, wake up, wake up,' as the mass sleepers would stare at us like deer in the headlights." All right, let's go. All right, and all right, going further now. Okay, the next setup, Agenda 2030 deep dive. That'll be possible for a future one. Okay, that'd be pretty cool. Okay, the next setup is we don't know how magnets, gyroscopes, or bicycles work. And these two posts. Let's just go with this, and I'm gonna keep powering through and see what do we get. All right, so Mr. Hand said, because I uploaded on my magnet video, and he said that it's crazy that we still don't know why magnets work, and I sent him an article. Mainstream doesn't know how gyroscopes work. Basically, if you go back here, AmericanScientist.org, it says, "The forgotten mystery of inertia. A century after Ernest Mach and Albert Einstein cast doubt on absolute space, we still don't know how a gyroscope stays pointed in a fixed direction." And then going further, bikes as well. So we still don't know how bikes work. So why they can stand, especially even without a biker. So we still don't know how bikes work. 3.15 million subscribers, and you could watch this video and so on there. And again, to do with because it's not actually to do with the gyroscopic effect, a tiny bit of it, but it's just weird how it can balance in many different ways. Anyways, so you can watch these videos. Okay, powering through. Why am I getting notifications? I'll mute this thing. Okay, someone else. Timothy Sullivan says, have you ever noticed the paid protesters at Columbia U are wearing masks in order to identify fellow travelers? Interesting, interesting. Yeah. So you could actually spot who's a paid agent or not. Because, like, Antifa... I haven't looked at the recent protesters, but... So Antifa was around when I was at a protest last year. And... I think it was last year. Yeah. So Antifa was out there, and it's like... But they were protesting us, but, like, we're just protesting mandates and whatnot. And they're talking about LGBTQ stuff. Like, we don't care. This isn't even the same protest. Like, or the same topic. Yeah, so they're wearing masks. So you got the Antifa guys wearing masks. Some of them wear all black masks. And they're just yelling, protect trans kids. But I'm like, what does that do with our protest? No, bikes don't work by angular momentum. Paul, it's like you got Hutchinson effect and planes wrong. Now you're back onto the bikes. It's not angular momentum. I mean, it's not angular momentum. It's barely any. You can watch the video. Bikes don't work like that. You could also have counter rotating wheels, and it will still balance. Let's go. What is that video? I had counter rotating wheels. Bikes work counter rotating. So you can have angular momentum in one way, then you have a second one that's a second wheel that's spinning in the opposite direction, and it will still balance. You could where's that thingy? Okay, where is how bikes? Okay, we'll go back to that. Actually, we'll do that next time. I just want to continue on the thing. But anyways, watch those videos. It's not what you think. So watch that. It's not angular momentum. You can have it. You can have a second wheel spinning opposite, and it will still balance. And also, angular momentum is very tiny when because you could also have a bike going super slowly with literally near zero angular momentum, and it will still bounce. So that is what you guys need to know. All right, going further. Understanding. Okay, and okay, I just want to see the Richard Gage part right here. Okay, this is Richard Gage talking about, I guess, Pam Running's in house. Anyways, I'm just gonna get focused. We have a lot of people on the chat still, and it's still just me, just like meandering away. Okay, all right, and let's continue on the journey. Okay, let's see. MES Truth, close this. If you turn one of those wheels 90 degrees out of phase, what does that even mean? You're not turning the wheel. I don't know how to talk to you. I'm saying the current understanding of bikes is limited, and it's just by the mainstream stuff. So if you're arguing, go argue with mainstream. Otherwise, you get time out again. It's like we're talking about bikes, and it's like just watch the video. Yeah, you basically learned how to do that in the Ashbury Project and other government agencies use drugs, isolation, hypnosis. Basically, the same principles as how bikes balance speed and velocity. Yeah, that is true. I don't know where we got this Paul Levels guy from. It's like the mainstream doesn't understand bikes. That's not an opinion. Just go read. Just read that video I sent. Okay, continue further. I think let's just check. I'll do a quick check right here. If he talks about gyroscopes, I haven't had a chance to watch this. It's been a while. Counter rotating. Angular. Momentum. Gyroscope. He never mentions it. Let's go. Okay. Let's see what this guy says.
Gyroskopic precession. This is the tendency of rotating objects to remain rigidly fixed in space and resist changes in orientation, and is responsible, for example, for keeping spinning tops upright. Thus, according to Whipple, Klein, and Noether, the wheels on a bicycle act as large gyroscopes, their rotation keeping the vehicle upright. This remains the accepted explanation for bicycle stability for nearly 6 decades, until in 1970, British science writer David Jones examined Klein and Noether's analysis and discovered a number of mathematical errors that effectively cancelled out the effects of gyroscopic precession. Furthermore, the parameters of the analysis assumed that the bicycle was stationary, even though a stationary bike is demonstrably not stable. To prove his point, Jones built a bicycle with extra counter-rotating wheels that cancelled out the gyroscopic effects of the main wheels and found that it was just as stable as a regular bicycle. Something else had to be responsible for the bicycle's remarkable self-righting ability. Back in the 1860s, Scottish engineer William Rankine had observed...
Anyways, yes, you can put counter-rotating wheels and it'll still balance. I had actually anti-gravity part 6. Gravity part 6, let's go bikes. Alright, let's go back here. I made a bicycle. It's been a while. Bicycle. Let's see, where did it go? All the way near the bottom. Okay. The stability of a bicycle. I think this is a good article. This bike video. Yeah, okay, so bicycle is still a scientific mystery. Here's why. You could read a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know where Paul was getting his stuff from. The bicycle problem that nearly broke mathematics. This is common mainstream stuff. Okay, it seems every time research science isn't sure of FL. Well, again, mainstream, because it's covering up the ether. When you cover up the ether, you're going to have weird rules, such as gyroscopes want to stay balanced, want to stay fixed. What do you mean want to stay fixed? If it's an ether, it's actually spinning, and now you get the ether spinning, and now you're like, all right, well, it's creating a void in the ether, so it doesn't want to change that. So stuff like that. Okay, nature of the problem. So here's, I think this is the 1970 paper. I'm pretty sure there's a 1970 paper right here. What if Paul was Scott Myers? I don't know. Scott Myers seemed a bit less. Actually, I think Paul seems slightly brighter than than Scott Myers. Scott Myers couldn't talk about anything but 9/11. All right, this guy here. I think this is a paper, and in the Scientific American, you can see a whole bunch of stuff here. Why bikes don't understand it, and there's a guy that spent his whole life trying to analyze bikes. Okay, bicycle dynamics. And there's a video on it. He did a TED Talk as well on how bikes are magical and so on. And what is interesting here is actually even Wolfgang Pauli and Niels Bohr, Nobel Prize winners, what they said about spinning tops. It was very, very interesting. They said something right here. They had a quote on it. Anyways, Bohr, Nobel scientists, Nobel Prize winners. Let's see, baffled. Where's the I think it was complexities. No. Okay, Bohr. Okay, no, this was James Clerk Maxwell, actually. So James Clerk Maxwell discovered the laws of thermodynamics, has a famous quote that appears to suggest, at least to MES, that the simple spinning top appears difficult only due to the currently overcomplicated mindset of humanity. So basically, Maxwell, of the Maxwell electromagnetic equations, he wrote, to those who study the progress of exact science, the common spinning top is a symbol of the labors and the perplexities of men. All right, so the spinning top. So basically, nobody knows what rotation is, according to mainstream. Okay, there's some other stuff here. You could read there. Let's see if I had that showing here. There's a TED Talk right here. There's a TED Talk on bicycles, why bicycles do not fall.
Up again, fine. Ability to this one item that uses the steering into the right.
All right. Anyways, so he basically was any mainstream explanation, he would go the opposite and it will still balance. So make sure to watch this. So it's a combination of a lot of stuff why it balances, and there's a whole TED Talk on it. So in other words, it's not gyroscopes. All right, witchcraft is witchcraft, guys. Okay, guys, we have 39 people. Let's try to entertain everybody. So bikes, again, bicycles are next level. All right, so you could play some of that stuff. And next setup here. Okay, let's go to the next setup. So TikTok Odessa video has over 100,000 views. Go check. This is the one I posted on my own TikTok. No, I mean I posted on Telegram, and then Methyl Miner's friend. He also was sent to her, and now it has 131,000 views. 139,000 views, unreal. And my Eric Lathwaite video has 158,000 views. Epic stuff. All right, guys, go to the next setup here. All right, I'm gonna keep powering through. So you're selfish, COVID parody. Okay, we'll do that maybe. Okay, we'll do that maybe later. I'll just skip that. Okay, Mark Conlon recommending MES. All right, so Mark Conlon is including, he's recommending MES. I also put it in the his website as well. So Mark Conlon, and also make sure to check out his videos. They're absolutely epic stuff recently. Okay, and let's go. And he's also on Substack, and he's sharing MES links. So if you guys want to share math easy stuff, best would be to share the MES links. I think he has math easy. All right, so recommended websites, math easy solutions, MES links. Let's go. Let's go, and then make sure to follow his blogspot and his Substack as well as again is picking up. All right, and the next setup here. So here's a great predictive programming channel. I just wanted to share this about it. This person sent me this. Someone sent me this. Has a whole bunch of predictive programming and 9/11 stuff here, like hours. Believe pretty much like. Actually, not hours, but it's a lot of stuff here. Anyways, make sure to check that out. I'm just gonna the next setup here. Okay, so then this is another one. So Rob Simon, I'm gonna actually, or Rob Simone from the video I uploaded about the Hutchison effect and that Somewhere Out There documentary series. So he actually has his own talk show, and not only that, he has. If you've seen my Somewhere Out There, so the pilot episode Somewhere Out There by this was done by the Dominique Radwanski, who was later found dead. I made a tribute video to her, but then in this, I'll go watch the whole series. So you can see the flying, like this is rare footage of the Hutchison effect where John Hutchison is literally inside, like operating his stuff. So there's Dominique Radwanski, and there's Rob Simone, and I'm gonna go to the part where the thing is floating there. So this right here.
Something levitating
So they're running it, and they have a plastic bottle or whatnot, a container levitating.
in there.
So this right here starts levitating.
It's levitating.
All right, so that's Rob Simone. There's the thing levitating and turning.
Dominic.
All right, so that was that guy, and then some people are saying, oh, that's Hutchison faking his footage. I'm like, it's a clearly real footage. Not only is it real, you even have Rob Simone as also confirmed confirmed with his testimony. This is Hutchison effect caught on tape in high def. This was actually June 4th, 2007. Rob Simone writes, "Hi Bill, I was just at John's apartment laboratory with the camera crew for a new TV series I'm co-producing and hosting. We shot over 7 hours in high def and captured some extraordinary footage. You may ask about the HGH bottle that floated in the air for the better part of 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes floating. It was constant and controlled stunning. It seemed to have overdriven some of the components. I'm not sure if that is a common problem." Rob Simone. Anyway, so robsimone.com literally testifies that it's real. I got Paul's top of the object, obviously, but it's obviously a real phenomenon. These people aren't lying. So this is where if you Paul, if you talk nonsense, you're gonna get banned again, because we do not. If you're gonna call people liars, go make sure they're lying. Don't just make sure they're doing a whole documentary series, and this guy's talking nonsense. And also, here's Rob Simone's X account. So I will message him to try to get on the live stream. First-hand witness to the Hutchison effect. I believe Judy Wood also has a first-hand witness to the Hutchison effect as well. And again, so Paul, if you're talking nonsense, you have to literally find out how everyone's lying somehow. And where's this? Okay. Anyways, this is Rob Simone. Make sure to follow him and tell him to get on the live stream. I'll message him as well. And he has posted some other cool stuff there. All right. I crafted a splel on you. All right, let's go. Okay, so that's OD. All I literally said was objects and habits. Okay, Paul, you're a timeout for Again, don't act dumb in this stuff here. Put user in timeout. Let's go 10 minutes. How did I even do this? Okay, I can't even like get out. Okay, then I gotta press OK. Just don't have time for this. It's like Paul Levels also thinks that the Hudson, in fact, was using styrofoam in that iron block. Just absolutely ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. All right, but it is pretty entertaining. When military guys showed up to see Hudson, it didn't work. I think phenomenon requires spiritual component in order to manifest. Oh well, the military guys they likely said it, like made it not work by removing some of the components. That was the rumor. Okay, Dr. Judy Wood took pictures when she was at the Hutchinson lab, and but again, the military guys. Some of the military guys saw it, and then the when they were doing the live demonstration, they just took everything away and messed it up. But anyways, continue further. There's another part here. So Otis T. Carr, the guy who says he somehow was teleporting in UFOs and whatnot. So it's a bit out there, but apparently he got a mystery illness just before showcasing his flying saucer and died. That was according on. So on Sunday, April 19th, 1959, while crowds gathered at amusement park in Oklahoma City to watch OTC X-1's maiden flight, Carr suddenly contracted a mysterious illness, had to be hospitalized. He mumbled something about a mercury leak, but burly guards kept reporters who wanted to check for themselves out of the plant where the craft supposedly was being constructed. One who had managed to catch a glimpse saw only a jumble of disconnected wires and parts. Nothing looked like a remotely like a functioning aircraft. Anyways, this is a mainstream hit piece. But apparently he had a mystery illness. And then someone here, I think this comment's gone now. Something talking about mind control here. This was what the Ralph Ring, seen my earlier video discussing. He was a technician for Otis T. Carr apparently. And this guy's saying, keep in mind, Ralph did not design the things, Otis did, and told how it supposedly worked by mind control. Saying were drugs and hypnosis involved. Yeah, so that could be something there too. Lisa says, perhaps do requires a component of evil intent in order to function. Yeah, so Lieutenant John Colonel Alexander says the equipment was sabotaged. Yeah, no, this is the one I saw.
Yeah.
I think we'll watch this. Yeah, make sure to watch this here. So, and again, I think there's obviously going to be spiritual component possibly, but in this specific case, it's looked like it was just sabotaged as per testimony of John Alexander, right here. Let's see if I can play. What's the time clip I could play?
Digress, but I think ought to be in there. Wouldn't somebody be willing to take a look? Abject silence. Yeah, with Hutchison, well, what happened was I had provided him with enough funding to move this thing. Well, the problem was he was living in a housing complex in Vancouver, and he would do this stuff. And what he would do is, by the way, how he found it is kind of interesting. What he wanted to do is to make sparks. He literally had Van de Graaff generators and things like that because he liked to sit there and sparks. The way he found it, threw something in, and this thing came flying out. And he picks it up and throws it back in, and it comes flying out. And you're going like, what's this? Well, the real problem was that he was working in the basement of an area. We think that the piping was probably part of it, but he was screwing up everybody's TV in the area. So they did not like that. So made him move. I mean, it's not cable TV like you think of today. This was the stuff that went through the air at the time. So I got a hold of a guy, and he and George were working with him. And we said, okay, we're going to pay you to replicate this event. Okay. So they're in a warehouse that's totally empty, and you can get all the way around it. And what I did is I gave them a bunch of metal. I had various metal samples and had cut them in half. I was operating out of Fort Belvoir at the time. So half of the metal is in a safe at Belvoir, and the other half that I sent to them. So we agreed to have show and tell. And I have a team of scientists, 2 of them from Los Alamos, and promise not to denigrate anybody. But anyway, they had 4 others, including myself. So we go to show. So I arrive a day early. Just want to make sure things are working. And they're really excited. Hey, we had this thing levitating. And so all we did was turn it off, leave everything setting. The idea was tomorrow we'll turn it back on and everything's right in place. Even if it's unusual, it'll happen. They come in, we turn it on, and damned if the power supply doesn't catch fire and burn up on the spot. And it turns out there was so we spent the rest of the day, they were trying to find another power supply to it. The bottom line is nothing happened during that. Now, in the meantime, Jack Houck again had given me some molybdenum rods. And the point was that molybdenum was treated differently and had never had success with anybody trying to bend it. And I had given them rods, and I had some parallel ones. Damned if they didn't give me one back with an S-curve in it. How that happened, don't know. Interestingly, one of the questions was, were we looking at psychokinetic effects? Because I had asked John, are you part of the system? And he would say, yes. Well, I get excited and it bends. But when I asked George about it, he says, no, it bends or whatever happens. And then he gets excited. So whether this is a macro PK event or whatnot, don't know.
So he's also interesting talking about psychokinetic effect possibly on there too. But again, George Hathaway thinks it's not. It was just basically electromagnetic and scalar waves or whatever stuff they're doing. But anyways, so he said the power supply went off just when they're doing when they're supposed to do show and tell. But anyways, again, basically, people that say Hutchinson effect is a hoax it's similar to those saying Earth is flat. Like you need a giant elaborate hoax. Where everyone's just out there lying to your face, and all the videos are fake, everything's fake. That's the level of it is. So basically, Hutchinson effect deniers are like flat earthers, in my humble estimation. Anyways, going further. All right, so we have 41 people in the show. All right, and let's see. Get the next setup here. I have now some more stuff. Okay, so ball lightning footage. They're super popular elevator. Okay, so we had Otis elevators. I didn't know about that. All right, and so we have a couple things here. I was supposed to do this a couple weeks ago, but this is so Ron Muckle asked Alien Scientist about ball lightning in 9/11, but Alien Scientist squirms and he does not want to answer it. All right, first I'm gonna go with this ball lightning footage that I was found online. Let's go ball lightning. Mental communication. All right. All right. Okay, this compilation of ball lightning stuff here. Let's see if I could play some of this. Actually, I'll play it on the YouTube. And so ball lightning is a real phenomenon. Let's see some of this here.
Hi friends, I'm Alex, and I'm again with you. You know, I was thinking,
Guys, I don't like the
and finally
music.
took a decision to show you my 4th video about ball lightning. The reason I want to show you this video
Okay, I'm just gonna mute it there because I don't want to. I just don't want to get the copyright. Anytime you use background music, I don't know if it's real or not. And it's all okay. This is ball lightning. Well, let's see this one here.
the size of a soccer ball.
Okay, so Space, what's this guy, Space something here, donated $10, epic stuff here. There's like a video of some guy debunking Hutchinson effect, showing some sort of string involved. I follow more of the cult over 9/11 tech used. I'll call the 9/11 over tech used to bring. Are you familiar with the YouTube video? Well, no, Hutchinson has, this is the sad part. Hutchinson has faked a few videos, but they're obvious. They have some string in there. And I believe he got paid like $100 for those or something. But anyways, Hutchinson is a unique person. He's not, but I am aware of your stuff. He has faked some stuff. And so you can see even the X account. Let's go. If you go to bogus, And they even use this as a quote debunking. So the Hutchinson effect is real, but he has faked a few videos, like 1 or 2, but they're like obvious clown ones. And you can see right here, and they put a community note right here. So John Hutchinson, it says, has not provided any scientific evidence to support his claims. This is completely fake, and I can't even replicate it on demand. And yeah, obviously it's hard to replicate. He doesn't even know how it's done. Admitting some footage he has released at $100 per tape was faked. Yeah, he was paid $100 to fake a few ones, but they're obvious. You watch them, they're obvious. And this is the Rational Wiki. It's just an abomination of thingy. Because you have to realize this is he's been done on many documentaries, many TV shows. Many people witness it and confirm it's real. And the footage, not all of them have little tiny silly string. I don't deny that he has real stuff. Yeah. No, yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah, where it gets like, when you're in the truth movement, when you have every single person in the world is a skeptic, like the mainstream has infinite resources just to tackle you down. You cannot make any mistakes like this, or it's just like nonsense like that. Okay, so Paul Love is back in the show. Ball lightning was a myth until the last 2 decades, during which video evidence captured. No, it was never a myth. It was real. Mainstream just mainstream even knew that it was a phenomenon. It was never a myth. It was never a myth, and it was for like many years. Oh, American Father's in the house. Let's go. Yeah, so Hutchinson fact, he has faked a few ones, and then you have big giant ones debunking it. So if you go to YouTube, Hutchinson effect. Let's see the first thing on YouTube. It's usually a giant. Yeah, this guy here. So the first thing you search is this guy here is showing that he's using string as well. Now you can debunk the many, like hundreds or like thousands of video clips of John Hutchinson. All of his samples. I actually purchased his samples. I'll just bring them out right here. They're really epic. All right. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, so basically, here's a bunch of these samples. I have these right here. Some of them show unique characteristics, like this wrench that's just bent with like a perfect bend, no heat marks, no clamp marks. And I have a spoon that's like a steel spoon completely warped in here. Where is this stuff here? There's a steel spoon completely warped. Oh, I have better photos. And a whole bunch of other stuff right in my giant X thread. So make sure to watch my giant X thread. Send me just links, X thread Hutchinson effect. And I uploaded some more stuff right here. And yeah, so here's Hutchinson effect right here, X thread. Let's go back. Okay, so this one right here, this is the one that Paul Levels and some others think it's foam. It's not foam, it's real. So let's go play. I'll make it double speed. So this one, there's no string anywhere here. So this is a real footage. I'll actually message John Hutchinson trying to get the sample. I'll see that.
Just pull it out of the test area over there.
Okay, and there's different angles too. You can see it
in the hallway here.
And I'm gonna keep scrolling down. I just uploaded new footage of one of them, and he has a magnet trying to stick to it. Yeah. So check out that extra. So the thing is, it's real. He also, not only is real, he also swore an affidavit about 9/11. So he literally swore an affidavit in court saying that I, John Hutchinson, duly swear and dispose that, basically, I make this affidavit in the contentions of Dr. Judy Wood. Saying, he's basically saying his technology, the stuff he did, matches what happened on 9/11. So levitation, heavy objects, and he also swore in court that this is real. So you gotta realize, he's literally swearing in court that this is real, and he's not in jail. So think about that. But he's also cross-dressing, doing some weird stuff. So that's another tell that he's right. But anyways, he called it a Hutchinson effect, and he calls 9/11 a scaled-up, refined, and/or weaponized version of the Hutchinson effect. And there's also samples done. The samples need to be. I will send it to, but they also have done scanning electron microscopes. So again, many universities have done this as well and replicated it. Some actually claim to have replicated. So these are the samples I bought. This is the real stuff. And here's an extended version of this one. I'll play this one here. Extended version of the Hutchinson effect. Oh yeah, American Fathers. Yeah, the affidavit's in there, just in the extra. Just go through it. You'll see it. You'll see the link there and everything. Okay, and Okay, no, I'm just gonna, okay, Paul's gonna go 24 hours. I told you, stop putting nonsense. This isn't the channel for, saying that this is made of clay or whatever. This is real footage. If you have anything else to say, bring it up. Anyways, enough of this.
Get it, get it. Okay, what the hell?
Okay.
Just pull it out of the test area over there. And put some paper on the in the hallway here. This used to be the oh my mercy, 7 long, just under 2 inch by 2 inch solid block of iron. And this is a small sample that just sort of did some strange stuff, but not as impressive as this thing. Try and turn around and get the best light on it here. It's a bit heavy. I'll do a rotary thing here. It's still flaking off pieces of it here. Small bits are all over the place. Seems to be the outer shell. Now the different unique kind of ways this happened. There was a lot of smoke, by the way, but no, the actual sample was cold. I'm not sure if the smoke was like a dust formation coming off of it or what, but these are some of the small pieces that came off of it. There's a bunch of others over in the other section there. I should film that too, I guess.
Well, that's pretty epic. And I just want to go back to the affidavit right here. Note the fuming, the thing folds in on itself. Yeah, so that's the thing. Once you grasp that it's real, that footage is real. There's no string, and string, that's a solid block. And also you have the samples too. The samples are, I'll get to the affidavit, right here. Where's the affidavit? Affidavit, you can scroll down here. And there's a metallurgical analysis. There's also scanning electron microscopes done already. And there's the affidavit right here. And the link is on my Telegram as well. So here it is, American Fathers. Links to the affidavit and so on. And then recently I found another footage. Actually, first I'll play. There's another angle of this. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'll show this here. Another angle. It's on my other Telegram. Okay, so
Coming in.
so here's another angle of the same one here, right here. Paul Levine. I'm late. How's everyone doing? All right. How's it going, Paul Levine? Here's another angle with a different camera or something. I think someone else was filming this same Hudson sample, just for a few seconds.
Nothing. Thought you said something was happening with the brick. Uh-oh.
Then this starts turning into, it's squeezing at the bottom. And yeah, shriveling and cut off. So there's two camera angles. There's nothing else in that video, just that happening. And go back to another setup. Where's the Telegram? Oh no, this one right here. Okay, so, and here's one where you put a magnet on it. This is the magnet again. His footages aren't the best. Let's play right here. Okay, so he pulls it out.
Tell him, let go, let go, let go.
Yeah.
Now let's see if the small pieces here are magnetic.
Some of them are, some aren't. It doesn't look.
Got the macro lens on here.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting how they jump around as well as being very magnetic and very sharp. Oh, let me get close. No, let go. Thanks. They seem to pop around in different directions when I put a magnet around these pieces here.
Yeah, some of them are magnetic, some jump on it, some don't.
Like they jump away and collect onto the magnet. Oh well. Off to the races. Gotta get something to eat.
Alright, so that's John Hudson for you. And yeah, the other thing is matches 9/11. So once you realize 9/11 literally had the same effects. And people, a lot of people, especially like that Paul Loveless guy, he knows about 9/11. And now he's trying to discredit John Hudson. That's similar to how I think it was Fetzer or whatnot we're trying to do with Judy Wood. It's a and also there's Hathaway that worked with Hutchison for decades. He has like dozens of these samples, and I'll witness firsthand.
Bob is going to.
So yeah, and here's some John Hutchison samples that he sold on eBay, and one of them is this is the one I bought. This is the one I bought this off him. I have that one right in my hand. Actually, go back here. This is uploaded I think years ago. No, actually no. This is a few months last year. So I have the wrench, and where's that other one I had? Yeah, this one right here. I have this actual. I think it's like brass or whatnot. It has like a piece that's just melted all over. I'll close this thingy. Yeah, so this is this piece. So I have that same piece that John Hutchison has. So what I mean is, you can literally go see this video, and I have the same sample. Anyways. Yeah, so Bob got Hathaway in that video. Anyways, make sure to check out this extra epic stuff here. And I think I argued with I was arguing with what's his name? Paul. I think Paul Love's burner account, saying that he was saying that this is foam or whatnot, and he's never seen metal like this, an iron block that's black. What is wrong with these people? Anyways, okay, there's a bunch of stuff here. Okay, let's power through. It's the first hour, and we haven't talked about hurricanes that much, or like, but we will get to them. All right. Okay, so the next setup here. So Ron Muckle asked alien scientists about ball lightning. Oh yeah, let's go back to the footage. We got completely sidetracked with. Okay, let's go back to ball lightning. So there's some ball lightning right here.
I was much scared and stepped aside to the fence behind me. The ball started approaching my face, like it wanted to look at my eyes. That moment, I felt like it had a mind. I really felt it was alive.
Let's go back here.
But she didn't believe me. Really important for me. Because very few people in the world believe it. Thanks in advance, my friends.
Okay, here's another claimed ball lightning there. That's interesting. Okay, that's interesting. Anyways,
and at this point, that's all, my friends. If you like my
guys, so that is that. I still want to play the whole thing with the music. I still want to, so that's the thing. If you're uploading videos on YouTube, make sure music's not copyright and state it as well, because I just don't want to deal with it every single time and get demonetized and like put in a limited state every single time. All right, compilation right here, and also Wikipedia on ball lightning. And again, this is related to weather stuff, because this is possible. What else is possible? So ball lightning is a rare and unexplained phenomenon described as a luminescent spherical object that vary from pea size to several meters in diameter. Though usually associated with thunderstorms, observed phenomena is reported to last considerably longer than the split-second flash of a lightning bolt, and is a phenomenon distinct from St. Elmo's fire. Anyways, some 19th century reports have it as well. This is a 1901 depiction of ball lightning. Going in the house, that's interesting. And there's also, if you see my timings, interesting timings related to MH370 and the Ashton Forbes and whatnot. There's this channel that posted on Reddit before this MH370 got viral. This is a great post on Reddit on UAPs and UFOs, and it also goes through like literally decades and like centuries of different orbs / ball lightning. UFO stuff being spotted. So this is from 1663. There's 3 large stars surrounded by smaller ones with a long streak of stars, and there's some images shown as well. And talking about weird orbs, weird balls from like literally way back. This is even from the 1st, 2nd century, some BC as well. Let's go back here. So make sure to go through all this stuff. And then you have the biblical Ezekiel's wheel as well. And a whole lot of people saying that they caught stuff right here. Some other images of claimed ball lightning. But this guy's saying that there's some sort of reptilian entities or whatnot. But that's a bit out there. But nonetheless, this stuff is pretty cool. Make sure to check out all this stuff here. And let me know what else you find in this. There's a lot of globe of lights. 5 stars appeared to circle the moon, changed colors 3 times, vanished suddenly. This is Kyoto, Japan, March 1458. Okay, Strange Corners of Our Country book talks about Native American stories of them creating these in their huts. Interesting. So we got some Some Illuminati native people hiding Illuminati tech. All right, let's continue further. And so this is live stream stats right here. I'm gonna move this here. I'll move this chat here. O'Day, I'll keep this here because let's see what else he has in there. Okay, epic solar eclipse thread. Do I have that? Earth is not, you know it. We'll just skip that. Okay, rare. We'll go right here. Rare footage of steel beams fuming. So we'll play this right here. Okay, so here is a epic compilation of cold fuming on 9/11 for months. This is fuming. But listen to the mainstream. Listen to the words they use. Oh, why is it mute?
This bizarre white cloud continued to push up.
I just want to get the music. So this is a fuming sample. I think a week or at least it wasn't on 9/11. It was the day after or longer.
Cloud continued to push upwards against the wind for at least 3 months after the so-called collapse.
If it were hot, these people would be cooked like on a grill. And why are they misting this? It's not fire.
Okay, here's Hudson again.
Burning. One of the problems was the range of effects.
Yeah.
So in that case, I actually paid them to.
Okay. So we saw this video, but anyways, I wanted to show this beginning one, the fuming here. So this is a sample they took, and I believe the mainstream said that it was rare. Oh, here's the rare footage, but then it was like from a documentary, and then they were saying that it was super boiling hot. No, they're using words like it was molten metal and super hot, but it's not.
Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble. Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath.
It's not red hot. It's literally just fuming. And they're like walking on it and so on. Yeah, so this footage is absolutely epic. Copy image link. All right, and speaking of that, so look at how this is fuming.
Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble. Workers are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble.
So, and then this brings up to a article here, evaporated. So I actually have this later in the stream, but I'll go now because it's just following up with that. So right here. So if you've seen my earlier stuff, the George Stephanopoulos saying that the towers turn to dust. Okay, right here. George Stephanopoulos wasn't the only person that said that the steel skyscrapers evaporated. I'll play this one right here first, so for those who haven't seen it.
Stephanopoulos is down in Lower Manhattan today. George, I don't know if you heard a little earlier me raise this question, which was actually raised by ABC's Jackie Judd as we look at these areas down below and the video of where the towers used to stand and where is all the rubble gone. And have you been able to, is there any way you can answer that question?
I'm sorry, Peter, I didn't get the question.
Okay, I apologize. Jackie Judd and several other people keep asking us, when you look at where the towers used to stand, there is surprisingly so little rubble. Where did all the rubble go?
It's a very good question, Peter, and I have asked some people who've been doing some of the rescue and recovery work this morning. If you look behind me, you can see the very remains, the skeletal remains of the World Trade Center. And one volunteer, Robert Gerlinski, explained to me the reason there's so little rubble is that all of it simply fell down into the ground and was pulverized, evaporated. Now, I should say, though, for the last several hours, there's been a steady stream of dump trucks.
All right, yeah, but anyways, so you heard him say evaporated. I'm just getting, I just got an email from Paul Loveless. he doesn't get it. Like, I don't care about his nonsense. Or anyways, I'll just have him banned next time. All right, continue further. Anyway, so evaporated. So that was the this guy. Okay, so he wasn't, and then he wasn't the only person. So George Stephanopoulos wasn't the only person that said that the steel skyscrapers evaporated. Berkeley University professor how do you pronounce that? A Bolston. Why is it skip that name there? A Bolston. Yeah. A Bolhassan Aston ASL or ASL. I'm sorry, pronouncing it wrong. Said he was shocked to find a steel I-beam from Building 7 that had its thickness at the end be reduced from 4/8 to by 4/8 or half an inch. So in half an inch, it was reduced the thickness of the steel. He mistakenly assumed it was from high heat. He also was shocked to find I think an inch thick. Let's make this edit. An inch thick or a 1 inch thick, and one, I think it's one, or I'll just say a 1 inch thick rectangular steel column be sheared cleanly by something curved, which he thinks, keep editing this, which he thinks maybe from the very, and then I put in a bracket, my very fragile and thin aluminum fuselage or body of the plane, the quote plane. He said it's sheared like a bullet and had never seen anything like it before. Furthermore, he states that some engineers had thought the strong steel columns would have stopped the fragile aluminum quote plane on impact, which they should have if it was a real plane. And you can see right here, so the Wall Street Journal, this was actually shared by Richard Gage of all people. So steel was evaporated, remains of Trade Center are scrutinized. This is October 5th, 2001. So this is under a month after 9/11. Mark Skofic, staff reporter of the Wall Street Journal, by examining the twisted steel remains of the World Trade Center, some about to be lost forever as scrap metal, a structural engineer from University of California at Berkeley is finding clues about what happened inside the towers when the planes struck them. Amongst his most striking findings, that the airplane sheared through a massive internal support column, quote, like a bullet. Again, that's a tell saying that whatever did it was not that alleged plane. So Abul Hassan Aso, who examined the collapse section of the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge after 1989 earthquake, says it is too soon to draw firm conclusions about exactly how the buildings fell, but he said, for the first time we have a look inside the buildings. Before yesterday, we could see the holes where the planes hit the buildings, but what was going on inside, no one knew. An I-beam from 7 World Trade Center, the smaller building that burned and collapsed after the towers fell, melted and buckled in the fire. But the shock came when Professor Astenhan Aso examined the ends of the beam, called flanges. They normally are 5/8 of an inch thick. So you got 5/8. So if an inch would be like this much. So 5/8 is going to be like that thick. or something like that. Then he said the steel was evaporated. Just this Wednesday, Professor Astenhall discovered an internal rectangular column made of steel plates more than an inch thick. So this thick, this thick, more than that. A box column was sheared cleanly by something curved. The fuselage of the airplane is what Professor Astenhall believes it was. It says the fuselage is super weak and super thin and aluminum. Though he says it will take more tests to prove that. He doesn't know how many columns the plane might have cut. Some engineers, Professor Astenhall also had thought that such strong steel columns would have stopped the plane, causing it to break up on impact. Indeed, in all his previous work with steel structures that have suffered earthquakes and explosions, he said he had seen nothing like this. All right, so that's epic stuff there. Yeah, if it was red hot, it would have dropped through that Afluxin bed truck. Yeah, so we literally just saw fuming right here. Literally evaporating this footage. Yeah, this is literally
Workers
evaporating.
are still removing red-hot steel beams from underneath the rubble.
Yeah,
workers are still...
If that was red hot, it would like literally melt itself into that the truck, flat bed truck. Yeah. All right, so we're just uncovering some next level stuff, guys. All right, so let's see what else I have in this stuff. Try to power through. Okay, so missing bolts in the plane debris columns. Aluminum is so much weaker than steel. A wooden drill can easily drill through an aluminum. Yeah, but not steel drill bit would be good damage. Anyways, this is me. I was trying to so if you have a piece of aluminum and then just take a regular drill bit, you can actually screw through it. Just a regular wooden drill bit. You try that with steel. It'll take like a full 10 minutes straight of all your force on it. So again, if you ever work with steel and aluminum, you already debunked 9/11. Where did this go? Okay, this was actually this weird channel posting that did thin aluminum wings cut or slice solid steel beams on 9/11, and I commented right here. So this guy's saying that the things didn't slice through, but then we just have the footage saying it did. So anyway, let's see what this guy says. This is a disinfo channel. I'm gonna play double speed. Through quote thick steel beams, they don't. He says, and they didn't. He says that the bolts were cut off. A common meme is that thin aluminum wings on a plane could not have cut through thick solid steel beams. No, so look, This is true. So this guy's saying that, but he has a new spin. There was no cutting. There's no slicing. But we just read an article saying there was cutting and there was slicing. So so first of all, the guy's obviously lying. Where's the not evaporated? What did I just search right here? This was it wasn't the only person saying evaporated. Yeah, this one right here. So we have this person literally saying that a curved section, not even a straight one, cut through a thick 1-inch steel like that. And then let's see what this channel's talking about. This guy is saying that there was no slicing, there was no cutting, but then he has a weird twist. Okay, so how did that big hole get there? All right, so this big hole. Some of these are weird cut. Like if you see right here, you actually have some columns cut here. This was actually from Reality Access, had footage there earlier. Anyways, to find out, let's take a look at other side of the tower. And he's saying that it went through 208 feet of a steel skyscraper with interior and exterior columns. Here's the exit hole. He's saying. So here's the exit hole. Oh, well, I'll play. There's the exit hole at the red circle. Let's look closer. Let's see what this guy has inside that box. What is that? It's a hole the size of one of these wheat checks or whatever. An assembly of 3 hollow perimeter columns called a spandrel. Each column is welded up from 4 steel plates as thin as 1/4 inch. And with other so spandrel were pre-assembled. Anyways, we have these thick, these absolutely ridiculous structures right here. Then bolted in place. Yeah, so where did that spandrel go? So he's saying that, okay, so right here. So there's that tire inside here, and there's that spandrel. He says nothing was sliced, just the bolts were removed. So where is that, you may ask? So he's saying that whatever, so this went through 208 feet. Let's go here. Yep, way down there. So 208 feet of steel skyscraper. Through you have exterior columns, steel columns, interior steel columns. You have a bunch of material inside, outside, and so on. Office equipment, aluminum cladding, everything, elevators and everything, and then it somehow landed here. Through the whole other side. So from the North Tower to St. Nicholas. This is the North Tower one. For scale, St. Nicholas Church is at the lower left. I think somewhere this one. Marriott and South Tower at the top. Marriott, South Tower, the South Tower. North Tower is just visible beyond the Marriott. Okay, so let's keep going. Anyways, let's take a closer look. So my take is that this was planted inside the building, and then it was launched out through whatever exploded the setup. So notice anything unusual? So notice what he's saying. He's saying the bolts are gone. There's a big tire in it. Okay. And going back to the bolts, like this sort of tire. Anyways, so he's saying that this went through all of it, and then you have the tire somehow go through exterior and interior columns, and somehow exit through the center part. So it didn't bounce off anywhere. It just somehow went through everything, with other debris and high pressure air, with enough force to shear the connecting bolts. So he's saying that these were sheared, but the bolts are stronger. Bolts are like 25 to 50% stronger. And there's no damage anywhere else, and the bolts are just gone. No empty holes, so it's empty holes. So the bolts did not, they're removed without damaging any of the surroundings. So plain cutting steel beams. He's saying that it somehow pushed the bolts off, but the bolts aren't even damaging this. No slicing of the hollow tube. Saying it wasn't sliced. A few hundred pounds of wheel and tire, all right, and a blast of hot air and debris. But how did this tire go through all that building? Like through that 208 feet? So can send 3 tons of steel flying 700 feet. What can 117 tons of plane do? All right, at double the velocity. Anyways, we'll just get destroyed by the columns. It's not gonna go through the bolts. It's not gonna do anything. Many people can't comprehend the energy involved. Anyways, which makes it hard to understand. They underestimate the strength and energy of the planes, no, and grossly overestimate the strength of the towers. All right, so we have engineers at literally a month after saying that they thought the plane would not go through. Not understanding reality, some choose to deny it instead of admitting they don't understand. Anyways, guys, and they're trying to learn. Bolt shearing was not the only failure. The impact were violent. Metal was twisted and bent. Welds were split off, and many columns failed from bolt shearing. But also, that's another key thing. The bolts were just somehow like sliced through. Oh no, they're not the slicer. They were actually removed, like through advanced tech. So not cutting, not slicing, and you get the bolts removed. So bolts removed even in this. And I wrote right here, and I wrote, let's see what MES wrote right here. I hate how it just, when you zoom in, it goes out like that. So no plane or tire can go through a maze of WTC interior and exterior columns and 200 feet across, and the bolts show no signs of tear on the weaker steel columns. The bolts are about 50% stronger. The most likely scenario is the plane parts were planted inside the building before the explosion, and the bolts themselves were directly targeted with a dew that turned the towers to dust. You can see missing bolts and melted bolts on many steel columns in the tiny rubble pile that remained. A large Boeing plane has millions of parts, and many have ID numbers, yet the amount of debris found at the WTC or any non-event was minimal. So that's another key part right here. And this one actually shared some bolts right here. Yeah, so the bolts, missing bolts, and this is from American Fathers posted on Instagram. So you also have a rat-shaped hole here. Somehow, these weren't even bent. So imagine you're pushing something. The bolts are completely just gone without bending. Nothing bent off it. Like it's not pushing on the actual this thing. It's not bending it out, and it's like they just removed and then they just like levitated outwards. And here's the bolts. Clean removal. Clean removal, no damage anywhere on them, and so on. And you had a whole bunch of these, of the ones remaining. Nothing crushed it. There's literally just completely just removed on top. So missing bolts and rat-shaped hole on 9/11 are clear as day evidence of cold dew. Yeah, this is the South Tower remains. Instagram, he posted here a bunch of photos, and he wrote, "What I see and you don't see. Neither kinetic nor thermal damage can do this. The bolts are case-hardened steel and much stronger than the column, which is held together by them. You cannot damage or remove the bolts without first damaging the column connection. No heat, no explosion, unless you're using a directed energy weapon. As a coach, it's important to be able to see around a corner to see what others don't. 9/11 is the axis of reality." All right, and read the book Where Towers Go, Judy Wood, and so on. I'll post this right here. So make sure to follow that. Clear as day. All right, let's go. Okay, so we powered through some of this stuff. This is pretty interesting stuff. All right, so the next setup. Yeah, I'll just keep powering through, and then let's see. Or should I get straight to the? I'll leave the Hurricane one soon. I'll get to it soon. But let's see. Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Richard Gage gaslighting Building 7. Let's see this one. Here, what I have posted here. So Richard Gage. Whoops. So you had 9/11 disinformation and Richard Gage sharing a video. So here's Richard Gage shares a video of Control Opposition Tucker Carlson and Satanist Joe Rogan playing and being dumb about Building 7.
What's the justification for classifying any document around 9/11? There's no...
Anyways, so they have this footage here, and they're talking about Building 7 and so on.
Justification.
Well, the same justification in classifying the documents about the Kennedy assassination.
Well, exactly, 61 years later.
Yeah, or releasing the COVID vaccine data 75 years later.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer, but there is one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not methods and sources. You think it's methods and sources? Trying to protect their Saudi sources? I don't think so.
You know, the wildest thing about Tower 7 is that if you just say it looks like a controlled demolition, people get mad at you.
Why?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
because
I did.
I'm not saying that it is a controlled demolition, but I'm saying if you watch it, it looks like a controlled demolition.
But that happens all the time. Buildings catch fire and they just implode in on themselves. I think it happens every week, right? All these poultry plants and manufacturing plants that keep getting burned through fire. They all like...
It's the way it went down.
Yeah. So I say, why do they respond that way? And of course, I responded that way. And I think looking back, the reason that I did was because if you call that into question, you had to ask a lot of other really obvious questions you didn't want to deal with, and you might arrive at the conclusion that a lot of your most basic assumptions are false and that you've been had, and it's just too destabilizing maybe.
Right. Well, the real problem with Tower 7 is they go, well, okay, if it was a controlled demolition, how was that engineered? Did they just decide to do that before September 11th? And you know how long it would take to rig a building like that?
Right.
Or was it built into the building? And how would they know it would even work? And how would they do something like that? And how would there not be a record of it being built into the building? Like for someone to engineer
and where's the sound
collapse of a tower.
signature on the?
Or if you just listen to what Tucker just said, this is the key one. Where's the sound signature?
Collapse of a
Signature
tower.
on the.
Like for someone to engineer
And where's the sound
collapse of a
signature
tower.
on the tape? There would be
Right.
a sound of the explosions
Yeah,
going
bang,
on.
bang, 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 bang.
Which is a
Yeah.
fair question.
Yeah, so a lot of fair questions. And has there ever been a building that experienced a tremendous amount of damage? Because
Or anyways, they just keep going nonsense, and then Timothy says Joe and Tucker are well rehearsed in order to sound spontaneous. Yeah, that is true, but also they probably just don't know as well. They just know like general script, which is don't ask by 9/11. But anyways, so the sound one is the obvious one. Another thing is which Richard Gage tries to cover up and so on. Explosive demolition is very, 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 very obvious. Okay. In other words, there's no debate whether something is explosive or not. For example, this one right here. Let's go. Here's a comparison I made actually a few days ago. So here's the North Tower falling. All you hear is roar, and it's relatively quiet. And here is the Bethlehem City headquarters, 16,000 tons, loud explosions. And then I also make a comparison with the amount of the equivalent size of this one. So this is 500,000 tons. Just take a listen to this one. So this one's obvious explosions. This one, you just hear a roar. And it's like quiet. You just hear like... And this is 500,000 tons, all right? I can't stress that enough. Here's 16,000 tons. And now we're going to put it to scale. All right, so again, it's gonna fall again, and this one has a spire as well, falling afterwards, and turning to dust. Judy thought it was the students. The students, they're not studying of anything. If there was anything planted, it would be planted of the debris. Anyways, so now look at this one, guys. 31 Bethlehem City buildings equals 1 North Tower by weight. Here's 16. I mean, here's 31. 31. I can't stress it enough. So going back to how size, okay, here it is. Look at all the people there. Here it is falling just to see the size. So these are all looking at this one right here, and this is 16,000 tons. North Tower 500,000. So notice the size there. Now we'll put them all together. Equivalent of just one. Remember, this is one building. Imagine there's two. That's 62. Now if you have building 7, that's gonna be another like 15 or so. Let's play this right here. Go back to the beginning here, right here, now. All right. So in other words, it's obvious. So as Tucker said, where's the sound signature? That's kind of what I mean. It's like this is why I knew about I knew when people saying 9/11 inside job before I came across Judy Wood's work. I'm like, this didn't happen. So like, where's some evidence? And now you got Richard Gage lying up a storm. All right, and let's go further. So Disinfo agent Nix deleted the hit piece against me. Yeah, if you've seen that, he deleted that hit piece he made against me. But luckily, we have the video right here. So this one right here, MES got his first hit piece. This guy made this weird video, and he was only one subscriber, and he made hit piece. But if you want to watch the actual video, it's right here. The guy attacking me and so on. So our reality axis says RA012 illustrates slicing as one of the destructive modalities that were demonstrated. Another evidence was a disintegration of the bolts. Yeah, for sure. I got a lot of the bolts I got from here. Bolts. I think I go back here. MES links. So first time I heard about the missing bolts was from reality axis. So the missing bolts, and this guy also discussed the missing bolts as well. And I had an engineering alert here. I looked over. So the mainstream said that these were bent off, but look, this looks like it turned into jello. It's just all jelly. And they're saying this is mainstream stuff. Says they're using A325 high strength bolts, and they're saying that's how it failed off. And you could check the strength of them, 100 KSI spandrel ones. Anyway, so the 100 KSI is the steel of the WDC, and then the bolts were A325 about 120% KSI, or I think that's like 1,000 square inch, 1,000 pounds square inch per square inch. Anyways, and now you have 150. So it's either using 120 KSI or 150, basically 20 or 50% stronger, and you have all these bolts missing, but no bending on, no actual damage anywhere around the bolts. And these are just cleanly gone. Cleanly gone. And this is here. It's like barely any here. And these are like melted over, but nothing's here. These are stronger than these bolts. So that's epic. And here's some more bolts. This is from Reality Access, the first video he had, partially disintegrated bolt. So that's epic stuff here. And there's another one showing you the installation of it. And when they cut them with the I think those thermite lance went out. When they cut them, they try to cut through this empty hole there because it's the weakest one. They don't want to cut through any of the bolts ones, too strong. Anyways, so that is epic stuff here. Make sure to check out this and do an engineering learning there. Yeah, Reality Access, I shared your stuff there. Alright. Okay, and draft. Where's the draft right here? Oh, whoops. Delayed. Alright, let's go to the next setup. Powering through. Oh, they live silent protests. We'd had that. Scalar weapons becoming mainstream and not necessarily proton physics. That was, we'll just skip that. Okay, and 9/11. Yeah, 9/11. Alex Jones caller was on the live stream. So if you've seen last live stream with the five-hour one with 9/11 revisionist, the caller was actually in the live stream. This guy right here. This is a full video. Here's the short one with the Alex Jones one. So this caller right here. We'll play it.
I was a supporter of architects and engineers 9/11 Truth for a long time. Came across the work of Dr. Judy Wood in her book Where Did the Towers Go? First, by hearing Jesse Ventura on your show, I believe in 2011, mention her name. Her work is astounding, and the evidence shows that thermal and kinetic means were not employed in the destruction of the World Trade Center complex. Richter scale data is enough in itself. It shows that there were no...
Sure, so what's your question?
If you would have her on, and regardless of where you stand, if you'd have her on and have yourself...
Sure. Let me answer that question. And I appreciate your call. I am the founder of questioning 9/11. I mean, there was NORAD stand down. The hijackers were trained at U.S. bases. That's Sacramento Bee, Associated Press. That means I question there needs to be a real investigation. You know, Bush and Cheney weren't under oath, blah, blah, blah. They then turn that into, Alex says, like Wile E. Coyote, Bush blew up the towers. So then again, they misrepresent. I say, hey, they've got weather weapons. It's on History Channel. That turns into, I say, Obama sent a tornado. So they build straw men around what I've really said about 9/11. I want to go with, hey, they said they blew up Building 7. We have scores of newscasts saying they blew it up. Then they say, don't say that, it's a conspiracy theory, when I have BBC, CNN, you name it, saying it. So I wanted to stick with that. People can debate and argue all day at 9/11 Truth what they think happened. Not Judy Wood, and I've let Ventura come on and promote her. I mean, that's fine. I didn't say anything when he brought it up. I don't know her. I know some of the people associated with her got really vicious towards Stephen Jones, Professor, and other people, and then I got attacked by people saying I was covering up what happened, and I better have people on. So when I'm approached like that, I immediately just go, wow, this is like a weird academic fight, like different schools of Darwinism or something fighting with each other. I've just stayed out of it, okay? And that's basically the end of it. And then I'm attacked everywhere for just sticking to what I think is the most important evidence of prior knowledge and involvement. There's your answer.
All right, so there's his answer. Whether the question was, will he have on our show? Yes or no? And he has a whole bunch of nonsense. So the caller there was actually on the live stream. And before that, I just want to zoom out. I can't zoom out for some reason here. Okay, now I can zoom out. Okay, and then someone's saying people, let's see, right here, Lisa says something about someone hearing stuff. Yeah, not every explosion sound is an explosive. And you also need like zillions of explosives for the 9/11. People's hearings, yeah, Angie says people's hearings would have been destroyed, definitely. Yes, Lisa says, yes, the witness say explosions, some. Most say they heard nothing, like barely anything. It's a noise. So again, when someone says witnesses, you have to couple the ones that hear explosions with the ones that hear barely anything. So right here, so in a giant, this is actually mention of spark. Let's go to noise. Oh, someone right here, whoops, discussing. Where is the, I think testimony. Okay, 9/11 testimony right here. All right, so right here. So 9/11 witness testimony, Deputy Chief Medical Officer David Preston says it was a universal concept that there was not a lot of noise with this collapse. So page 3/4, this is Deputy Chief Medical Officer David present, so November 14, 2 months after he in the interview. So he says, to this day, no matter how I stretch my mind and no matter how many firefighters I talk to, what I think most about is a universal concept that there was not a lot of noise with this collapse. A little bit of noise. I don't know why that is. Maybe because it imploded inwards. Maybe because the noise was dampened by other buildings around it. It was not a lot of noise. It was enough noise for all of those people to start running, but not enough for noise for me to be all that concerned. I have to say I ran because they ran. So in other words, you have to couple all the evidence. So the evidence says that it's very quiet. The actual video evidence shows it's very quiet. And again, here's my giant X thread. Make sure to watch my Building 7 falling quietly. Alright, so yeah, American Father says Reality Access should put the channel in book form. That'd be cool. I got burnt out about 9/11, but now I want to learn again. Okay, yeah, Judy, get in there. And so again, here is Building 7. Falling while there's literally a reporter.
All I know at this point is there are personnel that are know the extent of it. They're here to set up the surgical unit and the triage unit down here. In addition to, if anybody fluids, they need water and we need teeth. It's just fluids. They need water and they need protein foods. This is just the beginning of what they're facing. So we need masks. We need TB masks. Holy shit!
All right. So there's no noise and it's falling, and 3 seconds later she turns around. And some people saying that the microphone's not designed to listen to noise like that. I'm like, that's not how microphones work. My microphone can hear police sirens blocks away, and I have to mute. I have to pause the video just to show it. Anyways, here's another video showing basically barely any noise, just a roar, constant roar, and no explosive sounds or even collapsing steel noises. So anyways, yeah, there's barely anything there. Watch those stuff there. All right, and continuing further in our journey, see, oh yeah, so that was the Alex Jones caller. And then he also had some insights into that, the call. So he says, hello, my friend. Thanks again. That Jesse Ventura InfoWars interview is basically what brought my awareness to Dr. Judy Wood. So I felt compelled to share about my phone call. At the time, it was still early ahead of the presidential election, but Alex Jones and InfoWars started expressing interest in Rand Paul. I had been an avid listener for quite a few years up until that point, so I kind of knew if I called earlier, I'd probably be the first in line. I wrote down some notes and was fully prepared to have my call screened, even though Alex Jones claims that they don't do that. I just recall Alex Jones being close to architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth shills and knew he would be hostile to anything Dr. Wood. So some guy answers the phone, asks me what my question's about, and I just simply said Rand Paul, because I knew if I mentioned Dr. Judy Wood, they would never get to my call. Alex is very clever and a masterful spinster. I knew it would be very challenging getting this point across to him, so I decided to be respectful and let him act foolishly. He's very manipulative, as manipulators are good at bullying, but making themselves appear to be the victim somehow. Imagine how much further our movement would be had AJ brought Dr. Wood on the show back then. Yeah, big stuff. But Jeremy says, but there were prior explosions, like a bomb went off in the lobby or a tower while other people were escaping, and also when reporters were filming prior to collapse. Yeah, there was people hearing explosions before, during, etc. But again, now you have to differentiate that between structural, actual explosive demolition. So you get stuff being exploded. So that's something you could take a look and see why that happened. Because for example, here it was that I made a video right here. Where's that person? It's been a while. No, 9/11 Truth. Let's go to the video series. This guy right here heard an explosion inside at the bottom in the elevator shaft when he got blown out. Where did I put that elevator shaft? Or was it? I think I moved it over to the other one. Observable. Okay. Who's Alex right here? Oh, Alex Jones. Okay, so this one right here. So this guy says that he was he saved the witness victim Kenneth Summers, and that there was an explosion an explosion near the elevator. I think it was the elevator doors or the rotating doors. of the what are those called? But anyways, and then none of his clothes were burned. So there was
We have with
explosions.
us up here in the newsroom today Steve Newman, who I know is one of those and characteristic of those who rescued someone yesterday and managed to take him across the river to Liberty State Park in New Jersey. Mr. Newman, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Just please, if you wouldn't mind, you look a...
I saw an individual coming down that was clearly, he was completely burned from head to toe, and all of his skin had come off his forearms and his face, and his hair was all gone, and looked a little disoriented. So he seemed to be on his cell phone, either talking to somebody or trying to reach somebody. And I asked him what happened. What was amazing about his story was that he was in the lobby of World Trade Center 1 when the first plane hit. And when the debris started coming down, he went back to go into the building to protect himself and was in the revolving doors going back in off West Street when he looked up and a fireball came flying out, I guess from the elevator shafts, that's what he seemed to believe, and blew out all the windows and threw him back onto the street. And obviously, in a fire flash, seared all his skin. But apparently nothing, all his clothes, none of his clothes were burned. So that was pretty amazing. And he was shaking. And
all right. So anyways, this was the fireball that somehow near the revolving doors blew up. But his clothes were burning, but not his face and so on. Actually, no, his face was, but not his clothes. Yeah, so everything was burning but his clothes. So none of his clothes were burned, but his face was, and it was a weird fireball. I think it was more about the fireball somewhere here. So and he heard he heard a boom and a ground tremble right here. Let's see this plane right here.
And I had no sooner walked out the door where I heard a whooshing, roaring noise, and I looked to my left and I see a friend of mine with terror on his face racing for cover. And then I saw several other people that I didn't recognize also heading for cover. And I had heard a boom and the ground tremble. And the next thing I know, I was looking up at the roof and I'm seeing stuff coming off the roof. So I figured my best bet would be to get back into the building so to avoid the stuff coming off the roof. I know as soon as I had gone back into the revolving door when all of a sudden it seemed like the whole lobby, the door I was in, and everything filled up with a yellowish, brownish, combustible mixture. I didn't really smell any different, but it took so quickly to happen. It was like a tenth of a second, and the next thing I know is a major explosion, of which I'm now thrown back out through both of these through the revolving door and back outside underneath the overhang where the taxis would come in. I was on fire. I quickly put my shirt out and kind of doused my hair and just started to stagger away as fast as I could.
All right, so this guy actually says that an explosion threw him out the revolving doors. He's still alive to tell about it. And his clothes were just like a bit of fire on it and just took it out. But his skin was melted, but his clothes were fine, according to the Stephen Newman, the one who saved him. So so an explosion that can't kill people, but somehow can turn towers into dust. So again, the explosion is not related to the actual dustification. Like, it's not related to the claim of he had some burns. His arms, his face, his hair's gone. I think they probably did some surgery after. But you can see some of his burn marks here when he's older in 2017. But anyways, so the explosion, this is an explosion sound, but it's not used to structurally demolish a building. This was another weird effect.
Good.
So here's some of his burns on his hands as well. Anyways, so that's him later on telling a story. So you can make sure to watch this stuff and so on. Okay, let's power through. I want to eventually get to the I'm gonna start going over faster. Okay, so another part right here, I do want to talk about this. Okay, so big disinfo accounts pushing video fakery. So this is strange stuff right here. So people pushing video fakery, like this big account So media mainstream news helicopter witnessing explosion then getting called in, but they don't show the actual quote plane going through.
Wow. Wow.
So it just shows an explosion there. And then there's another guy, this guy right here, chopper camera versus Rockefeller Center camera. So notice the angle, there's a thing coming down from there. Actually, they don't show it. This shows this angle. And then I went pretty viral because 14,000 views. That's pretty ridiculous for my standards. So here's original footage of Chopper 5. The quote plane is clearly there. So there it is, clearly there. They used the
Right now.
They used a doctored version of it. This guy says he was actually there. He saw that. Okay. Anyways, there it is. And let's go. Keep going. You can zoom in and see stuff there. And then someone else was talking about the angle. And there's another thing I want to show perspective. Just to show, okay, so there's a couple things. So this info side, they push video fakery. And then on the mainstream side, they push actual Boeing planes. And I'll show you the video, but they both use video fakery to argue their point. Okay, let's go back here. Perspective. I just want to illustrate one thing here. Chopper 4 footage of the second plane appears at a different angle because of the perspective of the very far away, high up.
A large amount of camera shake on the next video, which is why I have strobed the radar path images so as to be able to keep track of the buildings. Filmed from the ground, which makes the alleged plane's path appear almost horizontal. Next, a very famous clip from an NBC News helicopter. The path appears at about a 45-degree angle, which seems at first sight inconsistent with other clips. But the helicopter's high altitude is what makes the path appear much steeper than in other clips.
Yeah, so it's the exact same path. All 50 plus footage, or like even 69 exact footage, all match the exact same flight path. So they're not faking all
from
this.
The ground, which makes the keep track of the buildings.
Yeah.
The alleged.
Oops, going back.
Next,
where's the angle?
amount
Right
of
here?
camera shake on the next video, which is why I have filmed from the ground, which makes the alleged plane's path appear almost horizontal.
Yeah. So again, that's perspective, and I have a post right here for later on perspective. So it's gonna help. I have a schedule for a few hours from now. So very good illustration of the power of perspective in creating illusions. I'll just mute it. I don't want to get any copyright. But anyways, so here's power of perspective. All right. So that's the chair that is up close. That bullet puts it on there. All right. And then this one comes out. So he has a giant bowl, and then he has this. Anyways, so this is perspective, guys. Make sure you always have perspective. So in 3D, things could appear differently. Okay, so now I wanted to show that. And then another part is, so they live, let's see. Okay, so we had the people posting the video fakery, but there's also now disinfo agents on the mainstream side pushing, no, they're actually literally adding strobe lights to the actual footage. So you have to make sure you get the original footage always. Strobe lights. So here is, okay, so here's footage of one of the videos. This is Luis Alonso original, so this one I have up top. This is uploaded to YouTube September 10th, 2007. You can see this here, and I also ordered a documentary from the 2002 one, so I'll get that soon. And I'll upload it exactly. And then here's Luis Alonso enhanced strobe lights added. So there's strobe lights added in these quote enhanced footage, but they literally deceptively use AI for it. And also video shopping. And then here's another upload. This is 2011, and here's November 10th, 2007. This is how it looks like. Look how realistic this one looks. This is the actual footage. The actual one, top and bottom. This one adds strobe lights, and you can see the together. I have the comparison right here. Okay, so see the strobe lights? Multiple times they use the strobe lights on the bottom. This one's all blurry. And I think he's saying, what the hell's that? Alright, so here's slow motion. And then look at this. It's gonna go and do the beep. There it is. And then this one, nothing. All right. And yeah, the wing is like teleporting and so on. And then it's gonna do another strobe light. So this is the actual footage. This is the whatever footage. And the wing's gone. The fins are gone. So you have to get the original and then realize, okay, the video fakery try to say it's video fake. Then the mainstream ones also use video fakery to say it's video planes are. Okay, so this is strobe light, nothing there. And it's not just the only one. I found there's two other ones. These ones were, this one was also found from, I think Mark Collin got them both. Strobe lights as well. There's another one that was also added. Okay, this is another one added. This is the Pavel Halava Brooklyn Battery tunnel one as well. And this one's also like that as well. And I also have another one that I'm working on that I found also has it. And this is, let's see, go to the original. This is the Ronald Purdy footage. I'm going to go, this was actually, it's in the work still. Okay, did I have that screenshot? I think I have. Okay, this one here, CNN released. Television listing. Okay. Anyways, I think I had it somewhere. Where did I put it? I could have sworn I made the comparison one. Anyways, I'll find it on Facebook that I just shared. Okay, I'm just gonna share this right here. Okay, and let's see if it loads up. Yeah. Okay. So this one right here. This is the Ronald Purdy Purdy footage. This right here has nothing there. And then if you see the enhanced one has another section right here where they add the strobe light, and it looks like a plane. It looks like nothing. Looks like a plane. So you also make sure you get the original and then save it, because they literally not only do they edit it, but they also upload it in the NIST in the claimed NIST archives. So, for example, this one right here, this interlacing. This is literally from the NIST section right here. So this is an uploaded earlier in 2014 on YouTube. From the original, this was interlaced on if you go to the actual, I think I'll click it right here. So this is from the actual NIST file. Apparently it's from NIST, but I think it's not. But again, you can check the dates, September 2020, 2015. So they literally edited it and then uploaded it as if it's somehow original. But these are actually deceptively edited and uploaded here. So you got to make sure you get the earlier ones. Earlier ones are the key. Okay, there's plenty of videos showing fake chem planes in the sky. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's faking. AI upscaling will make the plane-like objects look more like planes because they don't have reference. No, but again, that's this is the point I have to emphasize. AI upscaling will try to make what it thinks is actually behind like all the shaking and whatnot. It does not. It typically does not go beyond what you're showing. It just makes it more like as if it was HD. An example of so I think the strobe light right here, I think this was deceptively edited. Okay, this one right here, I 100% believe it is deceptively edited. It's not just a generic AI. So if you do generic AI, that's like the Lopez one. Generic AI would do something like this, in my opinion. I'll try to run it through for some of the footage as well. So the top is original, the bottom is then enhanced, and they literally have zero wing. So here is, notice how it disappears, and it disappears. Go slow motion. So this is top original, this is the enhanced one. And then, notice this one is completely gone, this one still has something there. So in the AI one, it considers this as noise of the camera or whatnot, so it believes this is nothing. So the AI doesn't necessarily automatically make a wing, it just tries to predict what this should have been. So this one, they think it's noise similar to this one, so they erase it, and they erase the wing. So if you use AI generically, you may have more telling stuff than that. But if you use it deceptively, like force it to make it look like an actual plane, and also add frames to actually show the footage there. And it's very blue sky, yeah. So the AI is assuming it's going to be blue sky there. So it's assuming this is an issue with the artifact and trying to enhance it and so on. Yeah. All right. Keep going. Yeah, so this is a point I want to emphasize. It's not just enhance. You can enhance, and sometimes it will show up like this. They do not add strobe lights for no reason. So this is not AI enhancement. This is deceptively edited. This is not AI enhancement. This is literally deceptively edited. Added strobe lights, strobe lights multiple times, This is what it, so in other words, if you were using it generically like that Lopez video, it would have just made this more HD and nothing there. Like it would have been like a dark, just a more bright blue background, and then instead of this blurry, it makes it not blurry, and it looks like just a wingless plane. All right, so that is that stuff. All right, so let's get into some of the stuff. So I wanted to show that, and I'm now going to power through some stuff. I'm going to skip through this, and yeah, I'll be uploading this once I get through all the compilations. I'll do that. Needed a blue sky to get optical holography to work well, which is why the Pentagon didn't work out. All right. Yeah, well, the Pentagon, they have Plan B, which is just don't show any footage. If anyone questions it, they get laughed at. All right. Okay, so now we're going through some geoengineering. Okay, so first thing I want to show is, I'm going to start closing some stuff. Now we're going to go finally into what this title of this topic is geoengineering. I'll move this here. Okay, so I'm going to open up geoengineering San Francisco. Trump lost president. We'll skip that. 9/11 explosion, jacket or person. And that's a. We'll save that for the. I'll open that, but I'll go through that near the end. So I think let's just check. Let's do a comps check. Our minds will fill in the blanks when pieces are missing. All right, let's go. That is true. A lot of it is illusions. Okay, so we have 46 people. Let's see how the stats are. They're going up and up. We had a drop off earlier. We're going up. Let's go. All right. And now I'm going to fix this, zooming in. Okay, so that's pretty good. We have a bunch of good stuff. And now we're going to go through some stuff. And I'm going to be doing real-time research soon. That's going to be on the hurricane manufacturing stuff. All right. So this is the San Francisco, you missed a big geoengineering experiment on 9/11. This is solar engineering. Okay, so we'll do that. Trump lost president, skip that. This is the jacket person there. We'll get to that near the end. And then Mark Conlon website updated with lots of classified files. I'll go through that later. But anyways, I think I've done it before. Okay, and now the Virginia says, about bloody time, well, you're nearly as bad as me, just waffling on. Oh yeah, just let me know, guys. So remember, the chat's there. So you guys also help direct me to what I should go. And I put the title so we get through into the stuff there. So now the simulator, I'm going to, we'll just go through that later. Okay, so Dubai cloud seeding, airport flood, cloud generator right here. HARP, I just put there if you have any info on HARP. I think I saw the documentary on it that 9/11 revisionist sent. Is pretty epic. So Earth's magnetometer data on 9/11 and Hurricane Erin webpage. And here's an epic Methyl Miner's epic list that he sent on Reddit. And then this is the one that I'm going to do real-time research. Weather War 101, proof of weather manipulation channel. This guy messaged me on there. And then weather101.com is no longer working. Okay, so, and Weatherman faking. Okay, so we're going to do some weather stuff right now. And we are going through, we're going to power it through. I'm going to open up all these. All right, I'm going to open up all this. And we're going in. Okay. Eric Leicester College. Okay, this is a bit out there. All right. Some other stuff is we'll see if I get through all this. Okay, this is the explosion one. We'll ignore that. Okay, so we'll do that after. So this is Disclosed TV. New solar engineering experiment in San Francisco injected salt crystals into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight. The project was not widely announced to avoid public backlash. All right. All right. So we got this stuff. Let's have a read on this. So the thing is, it's becoming mainstream. So geoengineering test quietly launches salt crystals in atmosphere. Let's see how they did. A solar engineering experiment in San Francisco could lead to brighter clouds that reflect sunlight. The risks are numerous. All right.
That roar is not coming from a snow machine. Instead, the plume you see are tiny aerosol particles. It's the first technology in the country to test ways to brighten clouds in an effort to cool the globe.
This system is composed of 3 main components.
In these tanks, Jessica Medrado and a group of scientists from the University of Washington's Marine Cloud Brightening Program are mixing salt and water and using a compression system to test if this machine can distribute the right size particles. They say Alameda provides the perfect cloud conditions over the bay.
If you make the particles that are too small, they are not going to create the effect that you want in this marine cloud. If you make them too big, they will actually create or induce rainy clouds.
The goal? to mimic the effects of pollution in a cleaner way, using salt water to brighten clouds, which they hope will then reflect more sunlight back into space to help cool the Earth. Still in the
all right. So they're cooling the Earth with some salt crystals and whatnot. And their excuse is climate's in crisis, hence we're going to go and throw a whole bunch of stuff and mess up with the clouds.
early phases, Program Director Sarah Doherty says right now they need to figure out if it's even possible and how much impact it could have.
To understand, so with something like marine cloud brightening, you're not going to just reverse global warming. So it's really important how it plays out in the climate system will depend on where you could brighten clouds and how much.
Cal State East Bay professor Elena Giventel is excited about the research, but cautions that as Earth continues to heat up, the various ideas for cooling the world are not without controversy.
While there are certain benefits from trying to cool the environment, we're not quite sure what kind of negative effects.
Doherty believes reducing emissions is the most important tool, but says that alone won't be enough.
We are kind of locked in at this point, committed to significant climate disruption. So the question is, are there other things we can do to help reduce suffering and impacts? And this might be one of them.
The group of researchers plan to be here throughout the summer. They also hope that they can make this an educational experience for those who visit the museum. In Alameda, Valina Jones, NBC Bay Area News.
All right. So we got climate crisis, basically an excuse to just make it mainstream, testing out different ways of reflecting light back. All right, and then someone else sent, okay, Method Miner sent a couple more things in the comment section of the Livestream, epic stuff. Yeah, again, I'm not doing 500 hours, I'll try to power through another hour or so and see what we have here. Okay, solar engineering, so they're doing that. So now here, Dubai airport looks like an apocalyptic movie. Videos of flooding are insane. I've seen some blaming climate change when the cause is actually from the use of weather modification. Cloud seeding, where chemicals are sprayed in the clouds to create rain, caused this. We recently banned this practice in my home state of Tennessee, and anytime you modify the weather, you open yourself up to unintended consequences. This is Dubai airport. Let's see that. Okay, let's play it here. All right, so that's Dubai airport. That's absolutely ridiculous. And so Dubai grinds to standstill as cloud seeding worsens flooding. Seeding planes used to take advantage of low pressure system. Heavy rain disrupts transport systems and closes UAE schools. And so on right here. Grazia Middle East spoke to a meteorology expert from NCM who confirmed that cloud seeding operations had been conducted in the last 24 hours. Their representative also shared details on how many of the trips took place. Whenever there are clouds in the sky, we conduct cloud seeding operations. Whenever there are clouds in the sky, we conduct cloud seeding operations. From yesterday till today, Tuesday afternoon, we carried out 6 trips. He said it was also confirmed that the representative that we will see a drop in temperatures in the UAE due to the cloud seeding. There is a significant decrease in temperatures today, and on Wednesday, it's a drop of around 10 degrees Celsius. All right, so we got people literally messing up with everything, and so on. I think they can control the weather like gods. You can't. Oh yeah, they think they can. Well, they're also messing up on purpose. They probably have more advanced AI stuff. All right, so here's another one. This one I uploaded MES 11 months ago. It's pretty cool. And this is space shuttle. This was a NASA RS-25. I think space shuttle engine is a giant cloud generator. And this was a space shuttle engine test. But they weren't trying to necessarily create clouds, but I posted this because it can show that it can create giant clouds, like literally giant clouds, just from this space shuttle engine. Let's play it right here. Let's make it double speed. Yeah, look how it's just a giant clouds there. All right, yeah. So look at it all going. You're literally creating clouds. This is water vapor. All right, from just from a space shuttle engine. Yeah, this is NASA. So that is possible. And this is from 2017, October 19, 2017. I have 10x speed now. I'll just lower volume. I have 10x speed, and it just keeps going on and on for like a long time, powering through. All right, so that. And another thing I want to point out, so the cloud generator, it's louder than on 9/11 because, like, think about how loud this is. Oops, going back here. Yeah, think about how loud that is. And now imagine 9/11, you're trying to explode buildings. That's not happening. That's gonna be heard by the entire city. All right, this is me smoking weed. All right, so Matt G. That ain't a rocket to space. Yeah, this is a cloud to space. All right, so that is that stuff. And these clouds contain 0 harmful chemicals too. All right, interesting. So anyways, messing up. You can literally grow and create rain elsewhere and so on. And I'm gonna continue further. Actually, I'll go through this stuff after because I want to go back to this stuff right here. So we have this one here, a giant spatial engine making giant clouds. And now, this is the one I wanted to do the live stream for, and this was to cover this stuff.
High-powered device.
Well, we'll cover...
The Weather Channel is now...
I'm trying to go to the Weather War one. Where's the Weather War? Where's the Weather War one? 9/11 according to this. Did I skip it? Okay, this one right here. So someone commented right here. So Matt Galter, and I'm going to go through this, and then one of his ones didn't show up. I'll just put it here. Yeah, one of his comments didn't show up, so I'll have to find that. But anyways, I have a link to it. So he says, this is Matt Galter says, this is going to sound even crazier, lol, but there are clear videos of many classical orb-shaped UFOs all over the place in almost all 9/11 footage, even CNN's if you look close enough. I was looking years ago, a video of an eyewitness who very credibly, based on body language and visual recall, I can see occurring as he relived this crazy moment, reports seeing a UFO, plain as day, right in front of him, fairly close on 9/11 while all the BS was going on. What's extra crazy is UFOs are visible in live footage everywhere, all over the place, hence all over the tremendous amount of live 9/11 footage. As well, the orbs move weird, leaving some visual exhaust or some kind of trails at times. Sometimes glowing, sometimes hot. Especially chilling are the shots showing these UFOs fly right next to or along with, but off to the side of a bit, maybe depending on the clip and angle, the alleged quote planes, exactly when both quote planes allegedly impact the buildings. Don't believe me? Go research YouTube and see for yourself, but I think YouTube hides them much more currently, but they're on their way. They're currently involved in this. I even remember seeing the original footage live that day on 9/11 of what was supposed to be footage of one of the planes flying quite a distance right into the building, and then I remember thinking that doesn't look like a plane as it was too round, appeared to hover and had no visible wings. However, by the time the nightly news aired the same shot around 9 p.m. that night, it looked markedly different. Suddenly had visible wings and overall looked much more like a plane-like. There's a lot we don't know, but noticing these things requires wisdom that just 99.9% don't possess. Right, that's interesting about the orbs stuff next to it, and I have gone over it as well. But first, going further, so definitely, I actually just put together an edit. I'll show in tomorrow's live stream right here. Also, the 9/11 Alchemy documentary covers it at 1:36. So we'll go, and then the next one's gonna be about the weather stuff. But let's just see. I posted it right here. You know, it just does stuff like that. Okay, where did it just go? So this is I gotta click like this. I'll just click it. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna go through this. This is CNN footage I put in here. All right, let's play this. This is the one with the orbs that you saw on CNN. So you had weird orbs flying around it. And then yeah, so you get weird orbs flying around all over this stuff right here. And you also have it even after the crash. Oh, whoops! Even afterwards, you're gonna see some orbs all over. See some more orbs. I think it was right here. Okay, this one here, the same one, but then I go near the end, and I use an enhanced version right here, and you can see a bunch of weird things flying around, hovering around, super high orbs as well. But anyways, and before I get to the other stuff, someone was talking. Oh yeah, I forgot where I put this. A Foo Fighter maybe. Let's see, Foo. Okay, nope. Put it right here. I think I put it right here. Okay, so this one right here, I think I got it from 9/11 Revisionist. Posted somewhere. Radar generates Foo Fighters near planes. So a recent video, people claiming that. Oh yeah, I actually no. Yeah, check the evidence. It was talking about Foo Fighters right here. I'll go see where from Foo Fighters to military plasma.
Exploit, possibly as some sort of decoy or countermeasure. At the same time, the possibility of man-made objects causing UAP events necessitated a brief survey at working papers numbers 9, 14, 15 and 17 of the clearly possible misreporting of aircraft, black programs or otherwise, satellites, balloons, etc. The possibility of air objects within Earth's atmosphere with characteristics beyond or limits of the current technological capability of any of Earth's aerospace industries having been considered briefly at Chapter 2 and at Working Paper 6.
All right, I just want to see the part. There's I think it's right here, potential related military technology. I think it was somewhere here. So I'll just read the part where until it gets to the radar. So it's a necessary adjunct to UAP database construction. A large number of scientific papers were okay. We got some old photos there. Yeah, as a necessary adjunct to UAP database construction, a large number of scientific papers were researched for any relevant information on atmospheric natural phenomena because of the distinct possibility of this being misinterpreted or misrepresented as UAPs. It was envisioned that as the phenomenon can cause radar alarms and visual distraction, that a deeper knowledge of the effect might reveal a possible military application that a hostile power, given the ability to reproduce same effects, might exploit, possibly at some sort of decoy or countermeasure. Anyways, that's not what I want to hear. Where's the? I'll just see what the part. I'm gonna quickly power through this and then get back to my weather stuff. Let's go to the. I hate everything's just make it harder. Foo Fighter. Okay. See what he says right here.
Pretty happy now that Foo Fighters have been explained, and some of that explanation you will find in this Simon Holland video. I don't think I got the explanation from here originally. I think I came across it somewhere else. But what it basically is, or that what they were, is early in the Second World War, radar systems were still being developed. You know, this idea of sending radio waves and tracking aircraft was still being developed. And they used a type of radar technology called continuous wave radar. And this works a little bit differently to the radar that we use now. And I think it had like a separate transmitter and receiver dish or something. I forget the exact way. Some of that might be explained in this video. But it would appear that what was happening was when the pilots were seeing these Foo Fighters, what it actually was is their planes were being tracked on radar, and these radar signals were quite powerful. They were powerful enough to generate plasma phenomena near the plane, either because of the radar signal interacting with the exhaust fumes or something like that. And there are papers being written on this, and I think there was an article in the Telegraph talking about this research. So it appears they're acknowledging that radar can generate plasmoids, these balls of plasma, which is quite interesting. And some of that is in this video, and there are papers on this. I'll leave you to go and either look at this video or another one. But it's this idea of continuous wave radar and plasma being created near the aircraft, and I think that does explain what Foo Fighters were. I think they were generally seen, either in twilight or in near darkness, so they may not have been visible in daylight, as it says here on this particular thing I've ended up clicking on. So you can go and have a look at that. Another thing that somebody...
Yeah, so that was interesting. I wanted to bring that up because so those orbs flying around or appearing next to the quote planes could have been something to do with the radar interfering. Or creating those from whatever the quote plane was. All right, going further. All right, so we have that, and now we're going to go to that real-time research right now. All right, so then I said, yeah, we could show this right here, and I also put links to 9/11 Alchemy documentary, and again, someone said that Mark Conlon has some of those interviews, the UFO witness, yeah. And so a lady said that she literally saw like angels at the Shanksville site. All right, and then I said, oh, that would be interesting. I'll definitely try to tune in, he said, Matt Galter. Also for incredible detailed info and undeniable proof of daily and constant weather modification, geoengineering, cloud seeding, which you can verify on live radar right now. A channel called Weather War 101 details and explains the whole insane process by simply teaching it to you. It's a mind-bogglingly basic process overall, but involves a nutty amount of pre-built infrastructure. This Weather War WW 101 explains the science behind it, alongside the proper video evidence. FYI, this is something that the government has repeatedly admitted to in writing, LOL, since as far as back as the 70s. I do warn, seeing the whole process will forever change you, but it's mind-boggling, mind-blowing, and also 100% real, and a whole evil, utterly astounding, and also I said epic stuff. Thanks for sharing. I will go over that channel tomorrow in my geoengineering live stream, and for some reason it's hiding the link that he sent. So I actually think YouTube shadow bans the link. Yeah, I think that makes sense. So YouTube shadow banning the link to the Weather War 101. And if I go to a dashboard, let's go to my thing. I definitely think it's shadow banning that link, because that link is like, the guy's not uploaded anymore, and he's suspended on Twitter. So if I go to comments, so if I go scroll back up here, comments right here, if I just type radar. So if I search it in my own personal one, so I should be able to see it. Oh, so this guy's saying it's crazy, and then let's see if it's there anymore. Okay, yeah, then he says, okay, so here it is. So I had to search radar to see it. So this is the one that's not showing in the public one. So publicly, you guys can't see this comment. But here's the comment. He says, here's radar proof of them manufacturing the hurricane on 9/11, a storm they created off the coast of Africa like they do almost all hurricanes now. Interesting. Proving Dr. Wood's theory that it was used in the attack. All right, so this is the guy's channel, Weather War 101. Apparently the link doesn't show if you... so that link, he said, just got deleted for some reason. Or it might be just links. I don't know what YouTube is. Anyways, his last video was 6 years ago. It's his most popular one. Eclipse Years Part. I haven't seen this one 6 years ago. His latest video is 6 years ago. If you go to his website, Weather War 101, and his Twitter and his PayPal, they're all gone. So Weather War 101 is gone. Actually, I should do an archive, see what it looks like. Weather War 101 account suspended. And PayPal doesn't look like it probably removed it as well. His PayPal stuff. So anyways, now we're doing a live research. I didn't get to finish this, but then I was like halfway in, and that's when I'm like, all right, yeah, we'll definitely do a geoengineering one. Okay, digitaling down UFO. Rotary motion analog radar signals were changed, I think, 1980 to digital to stop downing UFOs. Interesting. All right. I just wanted to bring up that radar stuff like that, and that UFO stuff, and the orbs. Anyways, so and then this guy right here, he definitely knows about 9/11, because if you look at his channel, so read his description. I'm going to read his description because he has some very telling stuff. So he says, numerous viewers have asked me to cover Hurricane Erin on 9/11/2001. It's rarely discussed as a factor on that horrific day, but few realize how close we came to having a manufactured hurricane hitting New York the same day the towers disintegrated. So notice the wording he uses. It definitely knows about 9/11. Those familiar with this work, however, will see that the only thing that changed in 15 years is the magnitude of the weather manufacturing operation. The events of September 11th remained steeped in convoluted misdirections and elaborate disinformation. So again, he knows fully the 9/11 cover-up. Again, he's too cowardly to say it. If you're gonna get your channel deleted anyways, might as well talk about 9/11. But here's one aspect that is an easy to see happening 15 years ago as it is today. It makes for interesting comparison to see the development of the water vapor generation grid over the last decade and a half, and it further cements the undeniable reality. The telltale circular burst of sudden water vapor generation, again similar to that video I showed right here, NASA one. I'll put this right next to this right here. Whoops, what is that? 9/11. Yeah, right here. So similar to this one here, weather generation, cloud generation. Going back right here. All right, so let's go back here. So the telltale circular burst of sudden water vapor generation that construct and comprise the daily weather systems we see on this planet existed in 2001, just as they do now. What is quite clear, however, is that there were considerably fewer of them, and the volume of water vapor output was considerably less. The other important contrast is the amount of water vapor over the oceans in 2001 compared to 2016. The most common PSYOP denial of this reality is to blame the continuously and exponentially increasing volumes of water vapor involved in weekly flash floods and storms on, quote, slow evaporation from the oceans. This insulting and ignorant deflection is the easiest of all to disprove. All you have to do is open your eyes. You can see from the global satellite imagery in this video that not only does the water vapor for daily storms not come from the oceans, the air over the oceans show the least water vapor content on the planet. Even more striking is that after 15 years of this operation running and growing, with facilities and generation capacity being continuously added and upgraded, that the water vapor content over the oceans is considerably less than it was in 2001. So water vapor is even less in the oceans. In spite of the massive effort to cover up and compensate for global warming and a completely collapsed water vapor cycle, it is still failing to even maintain status quo. As you can plainly see, the global geoengineering grid was as real in 2001 as it is today, and as real as it has been for the last 50 years. Not only can I prove this reality with any storm system in the last several decades, I challenge any meteorologist or climate scientist with a name, face, and reputation to stake on to produce satellite imagery of a storm system or hurricane forming naturally. Interesting. Via slow evaporation, via the rapid evaporation in place water vapor generation bursts we see on a regular basis. And this is the stuff I want to go over, and I want to see if I can try to confirm, because this is pretty mind-blowing once I show the footage. As I've said for many years, in all of my research, I've yet to see a natural or unaltered storm system going back as far as Hurricane Andrew in 1992. I'll tell you right now, unless your goal is to embarrass yourself, I won't get any takers on this challenge either. Even if someone could show an instance of a, quote, real storm in the last 50 years, what kind of difference would that make? It wouldn't detract from from the fact that all the rest of the storms are manufactured and this global weather system exists. It's surprising how many sock puppets show up to try to challenge 100 years of geoengineering reality by pointing to some weather event in the 1890s. It's hard to believe that this broad daylight fraud perpetrated on the entire species has been suppressed for this long. But there is, sure as hell, no denying it now. And see here, please support this continually independent work with PayPal. I just want to check his links, so they weren't working before. No natural weather introduction to Geoengineering 101. Fair use. This video may contain copyrighted material, such as material is made available for educational purposes only, and so on. Anyways, so this is 6 years ago, and if you can contact this guy, let him know to join my live stream maybe. I just want to lower my chair a tiny bit. It's a bit too high having my table. Right, it's a bit lower. Alright, we are going in now. Let's see the links first. Okay, oh, PayPal works. Okay, so this is a new PayPal link he has, WW101. No natural, I think this is his book. Alright, so he has a book right here, $4.99 on Kindle. It's pretty cheap. Stuff he's got the chemtrails and this vapor setup there. Alright. Okay, so we are going to play some stuff right here. I'll mute it whenever there's like music. 911 what? Okay, I'll just mute it whenever there's music. Okay, so it's hard to believe it's been 15 years since 9/11/2001. This was in 2016 September 11 to 13. It's also hard to believe that the methods of manufacturing weather were basically the same then as they are now, but as always, it is very easy to prove. Okay, so this is the thing I wanted to confirm, but it looks legit from my first glance. So since new viewers need to know what they are looking at, and to prevent the usual disinformation denial, I'll start with the water vapor introduction. Go back. I have it at double speed. Viewers who are already familiar can skip to 809. All right, we're gonna do some tutorial right here. Accumulated water vapor creates clouds.
The hot water in the kettle gives off water vapor to the air by rapid evaporation.
Whoops, I have it at double speed. I'll slow it down for you guys. I hate the sound. The music. I don't want to get copyrighted.
The hot water in the kettle gives off water vapor to the air by rapid evaporation, just as rivers, lakes, and ponds give off water vapor to the air by slow evaporation. As the hot, water-filled air hits the colder air near the ice tray, the water vapor turns into clouds of tiny water droplets floating in the air. condensation. When the air is quite cold and cannot hold any more water droplets, they collect together to form larger drops, as on the ice tray. And being too heavy to float in the air, they fall back to the earth as rain.
Okay, aside from the volume, this water vapor is the same as this water vapor. Yeah, so just you have different rapid one, this boiling water right here, and then you have the slow one is the just plants and so on. But then here's another one. Here's another rapid one. There's a water vapor coming up. Guys, mute that. And again, similar to this setup here. So this one's rapid water vapor, and I wrote about how this was done. This was okay. So this engine is produced by the American company Aerojet Rocketdyne and is a liquid fuel cryogenic rocket engine. The engine burns liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, which together form H2O or water, and hence the giant clouds of water vapor being exhausted outwards into the sky. Just water. So you literally have liquid hydrogen. Again, in the cryogenic or just really super cold, liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen mixed together, you get an explosive water vapor. All right, going back here. And this is rapid vapor boiling. Now you have another rapid one right here, similar to this setup here. So when I saw this, I'm like, all right. Well, the thing is, okay, even if this is test for NASA special setup, imagine this technology exists that they can literally make giant clouds and from distance. All right, let's play. Is music here? Okay, whenever it's music, I'll mute it just so I don't get copyright. If I have had too many of them, just put in a limited state. Okay, this water vapor is the same as this water vapor. Yeah, so those two. Yeah, see, there's the same thing. Water vapor, water vapor. Or this one, you might even have other chemicals and stuff inside. But anyways. So this is a real-time research. Okay, this generated water vapor looks like this water vapor from satellite view. So this is a satellite view of that water vapor. Let's have a look. Okay, so this right here, and he's saying that this looks like that if you have it in time-lapse motion there. So you have a giant burst of water vapor in there. And I think, yeah, he's saying that this was actually formed on Hurricane Erin as well. Like, okay, so here's another satellite and burst like that. A giant water vapor there. So this is the thing I want to try to confirm. If Hurricane Erin was literally made rapidly like that. Okay, this is what water vapor generation from multiple simultaneous sources look like. Okay. Goes satellite rapid scan visibilator shows sequential in place water vapor generation literally from the ground up. All right. So I got to find these and confirm this if this is real. Whoops. Okay, so you have multiple ones like that. Let's go back. So you have one there, one here, one there, and you have a whole bunch of these all being created rapidly. So that's interesting. All right, let's see some more footage. All right, so we got rapid formation. Yeah, so this is, I'm doing research on the go, so I haven't confirmed if this is real or not, or what the implications are, or if there's a plausible explanation, but it looks pretty interesting. All right, let's see here. Okay, here's some more rapidly creating formation setup here. This is from ground up view, satellite view, and now you got a whole giant hurricane created. This is May 7th, 2016. So each time I have to unmute to see if they're playing that music. So no, get copyright. All right, here's another one. This is May 8th. Okay, I want to see when he shows up the Hurricane Erin one. I'll be eventually, but I just want to see more stuff here. Let's go back. See how it gets bigger. So see this whole line? All of a sudden they just get giant. Okay, so he's saying that those are all vapor generation zones. Okay. Let's see some more stuff. Here's another creation there on May 9th. So it's just rapidly creating there. Like a line of just creation there. All right. see some more. There's some more being created there. So if we can find footage, I guess, of 9/11, well, I assume he's gonna have it, because I haven't seen pretty much after this. Only saw up to this, and I'm like, alright, this seems like it's pretty legit from my intuition skills. Okay, here's some more thermal or infrared or whatever this is. View, and yeah, there's another creation of it. Okay, so now you have a just giant plume of clouds being formed. Alright, we are into epic stuff right here. Okay, so again, disclaimer, this is research on the go, so let's see what happens. So this is what water vapor generation fueling inside an existing storm system generated a water vapor mass looks like. Inside an existing storm system, okay. Okay, so it's an existing storm system, and then now you're saying there's going to be, you're saying look over here. Okay, so circular bubbling, if clouds show in place, water vapor generation underneath. Circular bubbling. If clouds show in place, water vapor generation underneath. Alright, circular hotspots in clouds show in place, water vapor generation underneath. Alright, I think what he's saying is that, yeah, he's saying that there's water generation underneath an already existing cloud system. That create tornadoes seems to be over central USA. Yeah, that's what this guy's saying that pretty much every storm is manufactured. So that's a interesting claim, but it looks pretty. We'll just keep going and see what we find. So the reason I like this stuff is because you can go see the satellite stuff right now and then see if you can predict stuff. So if it has predictive, if a conspiracy claim has predictive powers, that's a great way of, like, you know, practical usage of a conspiracy. Like one good one, if you knew the financial scam, financial like money printing was a scam, if you knew that early and then realized, all right, obviously Bitcoin is going to be like the solution, obviously controlled opposition solution to this, he could be very rich. All right, continuing further. And this one, if you can see one being created over your city, just start running away. All right, okay, so this is, let's just see what happens here. I'm just playing at normal speed. And what gets created? Yeah, there's a hotspot going created there. Okay, so there's a bigger spot underneath. Looks like it's different color. And there's one underneath. So you're saying you could spot it there. It's a bit hard to see an existing one. All right, let's see what else he has. There are approximately 7,000 power plants in the U.S. So saying that these can create it. Okay, there's 7,000 power plants in the U.S. These are all power plants. Let's see what this right here. Almost all of which have large cooling towers or banks of WSAC, wet surface air coolers, each of which can produce thousands of gallons of water per minute. So basically, the power plants already have such cooling towers. Almost all of them have cooling towers, wet surface, each of which can produce. So you already have the system where they could at once produce a whole bunch of clouds. All right, so let's see what he says right here. So coals arrive by train or truck, and also just a sidetrack. So comment by Reality Access, and also Lisa Button are saying, Lisa Button, you're onto something, an interesting exploration. It's the technology demonstrated in 9/11 attacks so advanced that we can barely comprehend what we are seeing. Yeah, definitely. Well, even the mainstream technology is super advanced. Like a computer screen, a phone, you could talk to someone across the world. Like, what in the world's happening? What's actually being sent through? So even the mainstream technology is hard to comprehend. All right, cooling towers are being obviously used for this. Okay, Stephen F says cooling towers used for this. All right, let's go. All right, so we have coal arrives by train or truck. Anyways, apologies if you guys aren't used to my real-time research. I usually try to research this before the live stream and then share if I find something insightful in it or whatnot, or bombshell info. But I'm doing this real-time here because it's worth it. That's also what I do with my live streams, to force myself to learn up on a specific topic. All right, so we have open loop closed system. So the coal arrives by train or truck. Now you burn it up. Coal is burned in the furnace, and then in the furnace steam turns the turbines. Yeah, so you have the steam. So the steam, it goes in here, turns the turbines, and then this goes here. The waste, I think the waste right here. Steam is cooled in cooling towers. So it's cooled. Goes over here. Yeah, the water is turned to steam in the boiler. So you're heating coal. Water goes in, use the water vapor, and the vapor goes up and then gets cooled. Yeah, it's cooling the towers. So this is hot nuclear power plants or whatnot. Yeah, it's nuclear power plants. It's going to be cooled. The water is going to it's hot. It gets cooled by absorbing all this heat, and then goes down here, and then heat it, spins us up, cools, and then cools the cooling towers and so on. So that's interesting setup there. So there's the cycle. It's open loop and closed loop is this one right here. The open one is here. Steam is cooled in cooling tower, and then the open loop just goes up to the sky. And then generator makes electricity. Transformer changes the voltage, and so on. The voltage changes at your house and so on. All right, let's continue further. And then John Hutchison would go and use his own transformer to turn iron blocks into like jello. All right. Okay, sequential water vapor cloud fueling. All right, so you have all in one go. Oh, so this is the cool thing. Okay, so I didn't know about this one. So you have that in a straight line. So you'll have one forming it here as the cloud being moved by the wind or whatnot goes this way. Now you have a second one at the same time, and then you have a third one. So you can do this all in sequence of already pre-existing systems. So without needing a whole bunch of elaborate hidden stuff. This is all public, and then they just do this sequentially on their own go, with only a few people knowing what's actually happening. Okay, here are some of the power plants at the beginning of this continent's water vapor generation cycle in Texas and Mexico. So Texas was interesting, because I did Texas right here. Texas Weather Modification Association. They actually have their own weather modification association. This guy shared to me a lot of info right here, and Wyoming also has it as well. Where's Wyoming? Is that in Texas or something? Wyoming of Western United States, not it is borders. Okay, so anyways, it's probably somewhere near there. Okay, Lisa, when we keep our minds flexible, we are in position to accept alternative views of our world. Yeah, but also it's like just being open to like actually learning what's going on, as opposed to assuming what's reality is. And a lot of times people like literally deep down know it's fake, but they don't want to accept it. It's like just accept it, or at least be open to it, and also be open to like, or just also not care what the like the outcome, as long as it's like truth. Anyways, okay, here are some of the power plants at the beginning of this continent's water vapor generation cycle in Texas and Mexico. Okay, so Texas is interesting. So Texas has its own weather modification association. All right, yeah, learn to go. Yeah, gut feeling. That's your internal like literally barometer telling you if you're doing something right or wrong. But also make sure don't get deluded by your own gut sometimes, because sometimes it's affected by what you want as opposed to what is reality. Anyways, going further. Okay, so here is WSAC. It's this weather system. I think that's what he calls it. WASC. I just want to see what that wording it says. Water. Going back here. Okay, weather system, artificial cloud. I think that's what he's saying. Open loop, WSAC. I think that's what he's calling it. Yeah, I think that's. Anyways, I think that's what he's going. Let's go further. All right, and let's go mute it and see what happens. Okay, so this is the open system water. That's a cooling tower or setup there. WSAC. So the water system artificial cloud, I think that's what he's calling it. And a whole bunch how they look like. WASC. Actually, I'm just gonna double check. Is that what he actually means? WSAC. I'm gonna just check his channel. WSAC. What does that mean? Just want to know the exact wording. If you guys what does okay, learn legitimate disease and cooling towers. So that's what he's calling WSAC. I think that's what they're saying. Okay, cooling towers. That's what they're calling. Okay, so there's cooling towers. Yeah, never mind the other thing. WASA cooling towers. Let's see what I don't see the exact acronym for it. Okay, wet surface air cooler. All right. Type of cooling tower used in industrial applications for heat generators. All right. So I hate to feel just don't tell me the obvious. Tell me. Not everyone knows what you're talking about. Okay. Going further. Okay, this is the cooling towers, wet surface air cooler. Okay, wet surface air cooler. Wet surface, basically using vapor to cool it. Note that now that everyone knows, now we're 809. Now that everyone knows what we are looking at, let's look at the weather on 9/11 and compare it to the weather in 2016. All right, let's see, guys. This is completely new to me. Okay, so to end the lie that flash flood water vapor comes from the oceans, note the almost absence of water vapor over the ocean. So the oceans are pretty much here. There's basically no water vapor. The blue is the water vapor. Artificial water vapor burst above the equator, Pacific Atlantic Hurricane Factory. That's what he calls this. He calls this set up the Hurricane Factory. Are the only concentrations of water vapors in the oceans. Only this setup here, not over here. Other than the equator band, Hurricane Factory is what he calls it. Almost all cyclical blue water vapor bursts happen over land. All right, so that's an interesting one. This is September 11, 2001. This footage is from September 11, 2001, 2:45 OTC. Okay. And now we are going to show some more stuff here. Okay, so this is and I believe this is the Hurricane Erin being formed somewhere there. Let's see. Or, okay, that's Hurricane Erin. This is September 12th. Go back to September 11th. This is September 11th. Okay, here's September 10th. I'm going back to the time. So September 10th is here. And let's see how it looks. Okay. Dry air. Okay, so yellow is dry air. Orange is drier air. And then red is driest air. And then this is light greenish, light water vapor. And then there's some water vapor is this bluish, light blue. And then heavy water vapor is the blue. That's where heavy water vapor. And you have heaviest water vapor is this magenta color or like purplish color there. Interesting. So there's none of that. I think this is red. This is driest air. Let's see how it looks like. Yeah, so, okay, so you got the hurricane, December 11th, 12th. Oh no, the hurricane's over there. I got it mixed up. I'm getting this is not the hurricane. This is the Hurricane Erin. Let's go back here. Okay, there's a Hurricane Erin. It's going closer, December 11th, and then it's going to turn right and goes there. But it was also going from December 1st all the way straight there and going across and turning. Or December 12th and moving away. Okay, and yeah, and there's a whole bunch of bursts right here. Yeah, so there's a burst. All of them are over land. None of them are over the oceans. There's some of the near the bottom there, but none are over there. So there's the burst right here. All of them are over this this North Africa setup there, and also some on this setup here. You have some over Mexico, and near this factory generator. This is the Hurricane Factory generator. All right. Let's play the. Okay, so it's going. And now it's going away December 12th, and then September 11th, 12th again. I think he's flushing it over. December 10th, and it's going. And it flies away there. Let's see what... Okay, this is why you gotta start talking in the videos, easier to see. My relative invented GPS. Government had it for 50 years before they released it public. He lobbied for it to be public most of his life. Lola Bear, interesting. With your relative, is he, if he's still alive, if he wants to get on the show, get on live stream. Okay. Okay, and let's keep going. Yeah, so okay, now it's going August 30th. Okay, so this is now we're getting some real time before August 28th. Okay, now 15 years. Oh no, this is 2016. Okay, 15 years later, the only difference is the dry air is drier, and the artificial burst locations have increased in number. Okay, so this is 2016. So he's saying these are artificial burst locations. This is 2021. This is dry air. Now we're gonna go to 2016. Notice how drier it is before and after. He's saying this is super dry. And now look at the zones. You have all over America. You have these increasing zones. This one's North Africa, and Yeah, so you have different locations set up here for the water generation. And then again, before and after. There's dry air here, and let's just play it. This is pretty epic stuff so far. Alright, so I'm grasping it. Okay. And this is August 30th, and you're gonna have some more hurricane being created. Let's see what else he has. Okay. So again, there's a bunch of bursts right here. And they're all bursts. These are in 1 or 2 days of formation. So they're not being slowly generated in the oceans. Literally giant burst there. And there's another giant burst. Alright, so let's see what he says right here. The horrific events of 9/11 almost included Hurricane Erin coincidentally hitting New York at the same time. Alright, this is the first geoengineering channel I've seen that actually discusses 9/11. Hurricane Erin at least. Last week I illustrated the tremendous deliberate effort involved in creating Hurricane Hermine. Okay, this is... Let's see what this is. This is in-place power plant, WV generation, water vapor generation, color 2, ice nucleation field generation, next rad phase array radar, sequential rotating frequency. Anyways, let's see what this is. Okay, what are we looking at? Oh, this is September. What day is this one? National Water Vapor. Okay. What is this? Which one is it? Hermine or whatnot? I don't know why it's not showing. Show some dialogue or something. Oh, here's that music. Keep muting. Okay. Alright. See if I could play double speed maybe. Go back here a bit. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. Okay, back to normal speed. Whoops, this is double speed. Okay, I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I don't know why he's not explaining stuff. Alright, just keep going. Yeah, so I think this is Hurricane Hermine. Alright, let's see what else he has. So again, note if you're doing videos on this stuff. Yeah, first steering hurricanes Operation Sirius 1947. Yeah, definitely 9/11. I've seen that. I just want to see how this guy goes over the science of it. Allegedly, I just want to make sure I understand what he's doing, and how to compare it as well. Okay, I think it's some bursts right here. Yeah, honestly, what is this guy on right now? I just want to show. Okay. What is he doing? Alright. Okay, I'm still trying to grasp what he's getting at. Just show me some stuff or some text to look at. Hold on. Alright, now that just send me some stuff. I just want to research this further, see what else. Hold up. Okay, just show me some stuff here. Formation. Okay. I just don't like how there's no visual text or anything to show. yeah, you have a bunch of stuff being created. But let's see how this shows. I'm gonna go faster forward. Okay, now here. 15 years ago, Hurricane Erin was created in exactly the same manner as all hurricanes in recent history are. Okay, so how is that one created though? This is me researching. Whenever you do, so note to users, if you guys make a video, make it so that someone without a brain can understand. So all hurricanes in recent history are, because I just don't know what this guy's doing. is propagating the 9/11 truth movement that the hurricane wasn't diverted. The attack could not have taken place. Okay, no, it is propagated in the 9/11 truth movement community that if the hurricane wasn't diverted, the attack could not have taken place, as the case with most weather disinformation. This is basically the opposite of what really happened and what was intended to happen. Yeah, this is actually they're basically saying that if it was steered, it was steered away from it hitting. So in other words, saying that the hurricane is still natural. We'll see what this guy's actually going to show. Okay. As of many of the events I've diagrammed on this channel, I've proven these hurricanes are timed to collide with generated cold fronts, heterodyne gravity waves, in order to maximize the severity of the storm. Interesting. So they're timing it. Okay. Let's keep going further. Okay, and even now, 15 years later, timing the collision of these systems is not exact by any stretch of the imagination. Wow, so they were literally trying to time it on 9/11. It was a cold front, and you had the hurricane. So as was the case with Sandy and numerous other East Coast storms, the heterodyne wave, heterodyne, define, what does this even mean? A signal frequency is created by combining or mixing two other frequencies using to create a signal. Alright, so we have a combined wave. Heterodyne wave was supposed to collide with the system over the East Coast. Interesting. So this Hurricane Sandy was supposed to as well. Alright. So Hurricane Erin. Okay, there's Hurricane Erin. Okay, there's some text for once. so we have a clue what we're seeing. Okay, so there's Hurricane Erin. So there's Hurricane Erin literally going all the way from here straight to New York and then turning right. So Hurricane Erin. Let's see what happens. It's still going. Oh, there, now it's turning a giant spiral now. Okay, there it is. There's a spiral. Heterodyne wave, that's the wave, gravity wave, and then pushes it off at the exact same timing. That's unreal. This is unreal footage right here we have. It's going in, and it pushes it off. Alright, so this is some good graphics. I don't know why I didn't have graphics before. Like, just show it. And so it pushed off right on 9/11. They have another one coming in, and so they keep doing this. They keep having the gravity wave, or that just a cold front. So they're working with what's happening naturally, manipulating. Well, this guy's saying that they're actually creating. They have a system of creating these stuff, and they're trying to time it with those cold fronts. So it's a combination of both cold and so they're trying to time the cold front comes in whenever, and then they can try to time it up with it. And it got pushed off exactly the cold front hits. And he's got the photo too, epic. So that's how close it was, and it just had that pentagon shape there. And this guy's from 2016. Okay, this guy's one of the first ones on doing this. As you can see, what happened instead was the heterodyne waves arrived too early and thus collided with Erin while it was still out to sea. What, they were actually trying to make it hit the actual 9/11. I don't know if they're doing that. If the wave had taken another half day or another day or a day to arrive, another half a day or a day to arrive, New York would have been in the middle of Hurricane Erin a day after the horror of 9/11. So that's a question. No, I don't know about that. I think they're trying to time it till it hits off. Once again, there isn't a storm. I cannot illustrate this reality with going back as far as there is satellite data to prove it with. All right, but he didn't show that other stuff. I just want to see what else he has written here. As always, I invite any meteorologist on the planet with a name, face, and reputation to stake on it to challenge this reality and prove me wrong. All right, and let's play the. As methodically and deliberately as my viewers know these events are planned, no one should consider the timing of these events coincidence in any fashion. Yeah, we know that. I just want to see how do I double check and search it all. Where's the links? Alright, so I think I'll definitely be doing a second Geoengineering deep dive, interactive geoengineering. There hasn't been any natural weather planet on this planet for a very long time. Get the ebook. Okay, and he sells it there. Anyways, that too, words can't describe. Okay, so let's play a 9/11 revisionist and then get back on track and then try to finish off this rest of this video. Let's go over here, Telegram, see what he sent. 9/11 revisionist sent this video. Full video is in the Substack as a 2 minutes. Yeah, I just Telegram web. Okay, I'll see if I could open out of my regular Telegram. Okay, I have to open it like this.
The composition of a hurricane may have dozens of energy cells in it.
Whoops.
The composition of a hurricane may have dozens of energy cells in it, and they're like the pistons in an engine. They just chug, chug, chug. They get stronger and stronger and stronger because they feed off the warm air below them. And they eventually turn into this thing they call a hurricane with all of these energy cells in it. We know where those energy cells are. We know what makes them tick. We have the materials, if you will, to alter those energy cells and decrease the maximum surface winds in a hurricane. On August 18th in 1969, Hurricane Debbie was seeded 5 times at 2-hour intervals. And the maximum wind speeds decreased from 115 to 80 miles per hour. That's a pretty remarkable reduction of more than 45% in damage reduction potential. The storm was left alone on the 19th, and on the 20th went back and seeded that cloud the second time and decreased the winds again to just under 100 miles per hour, or about 24% more damage reduction potential. There is so much damage done that the construction industry in general all over the United States benefits because the cost of material goes up. So the insurance company may or may not gain from having these damage reductions take place. As far as the energy industry is concerned, we all know that they get their money back almost immediately by increasing the price of their product. And it's not unheard of to believe that the actions performed by FEMA or the government is not a surefire way to buy votes. So there may not be any political or economic motivation on the government or some major industry's part to reduce the damage of hurricanes.
All right. Interesting part about that is definitely the hurricane cost. Everything becomes more expensive and so on. So again, it's part of the Agenda 2030. Own nothing and be super happy. All right. And so now I'm going to see how much more time we have. I'm not going to do a 5-hour one like Nile Originals did. All right. So no natural weather for many years. Yeah, definitely. I think everything is like pretty much scripted. Because if people can't see through Hurricane Erin, then they're pretty much controlling everything else. It's like they can literally make weather set up for decades, and then no one's going to say anything else afterwards. So what's stopping them? All right. No natural weather in the world. I struggle to understand the weather geoengineering up till now. Not saying he's a fraud, but he sure does blink a lot. Oh, that guy. Well, that guy is a bit old. Where was that guy from? I think now the revisionist. I think I was in Substack. Oh, where was that guy from again? This is 1946. I think in the Sirius program as well. It's interesting about 9/11. The day before was literally a storm. Day before, and this was the day. This is the night before. It was a rainstorm on September 10th, 2001. All right. I'm gonna start closing. So anyways, so this is the weather modification of. Association is a weather mod for free exchange of accurate information regarding the efficacy, safety, and methodology and cost effectiveness of weather modifications activities. So FAQs, they have publications on this, and this is full society, similar to the DEW Society, the Direct Energy Weapons Society. Now you have weather modification societies as well. Industry news. Let's see some industry news right here. 2024, how cloud seeding can impact Arizona's desert climate. Lawmakers okay $2 million for cloud seeding program in Wyoming. UAE REP initiates kickoff meeting for 5th cycle awarded for project real-time cloud seeding. Rural Nevada gets big on cloud seeding, putting fears of drought against doubts in the science. And the House passes cloud seeding project pilot bill. All right. This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy theory, like literally like last week. And now we're full on. Whoops. Why is this not showing? Yeah, not saying he's, many cultists took over 9/11 Truth from fact theories. Well, the thing is, they've had control of it for a while. The only person was Judy Wood by herself for a while. Now we have a few more on the bandwagon. So, anyways, do your part and share our stuff and make videos and so on. Anyways, how cloud seeding can impact Arizona's desert climate. So, Arizona's doing cloud seeding. This is all recent. All right, rural Nevada, everyone's doing cloud seeding. So it's literally becoming like mainstream overnight, and nobody's questioning. Like, it's weird how a lot of this stuff is like that. It's like when you look in the conspiracy world, we were talking about this. People were talking about this for like decades, and no one was taking it seriously. And it's like now it's like assumed to just be commonplace. Right? Texas Weather Modification Association, and they got research and links. They have a whole society on this stuff and so on. Combined state $16 million, $33 million statewide that are being put into this weather manipulation. And also another thing is, so this was on April 27th. Yeah, so April 28th would be on the Sunday. Where's April? Yeah, on the Sunday. So last Sunday, literally was where I live was 1 degree short of the record low for April 28th. So it was. So where's that link? Oh, why does it open up the same thing? I hate when it does stuff like that. Anyways, I'll just go record. So everything is gonna be on the Telegram. Yeah. Where's temperature? Temperature. Why is it? Oh, yeah, tomorrow's temperature. Yeah. So right here. So tomorrow's. This was in April 28th in Vancouver, Canada. So record low was 2011 was 4 degrees Celsius, and then it was 5 degrees last Sunday. So 1 degree short. But last year was record high, 2023, 23 degrees, and now it's like literally actually freezing. Like the weather right now is so cold. It's never like this before. Why are they doing this? Etc. Weather manipulation creeps me right out. Well, they're manipulating everything. It's similar to why do they manipulate like people with psyops? Why can't they just tell us the truth? It's like they have to literally manipulate everyone. Why do they constantly distract and so on? So again, it's like they're doing something, and also 9/11 disinfo. Why is there disinfo? Because they want to cover up this up. Weather stuff. Why are they doing the weather stuff? Well, why? Yeah, it's similar to like why are they covering up free energy? They got some weird agendas. Some very, very weird agendas. All right, so Hurricane Erin one. I'm gonna have to do an actual video to see if it confirmed that guy's real or not, and see. Okay, weatherman faking it. Okay, so I'll close this one. See what else we had. Yeah, so Weather Channel responds to claims reported was faking coverage. Or this is the that if you haven't seen this one, this guy pretending
responding to reports that one of their
it was that person claiming no, it was the person, the weatherman, making it seem like it was super windy.
Reporters was essentially faking it during his coverage of Hurricane Florence.
Probably seen the video on Facebook as that reporter struggles to keep his balance.
Okay, picking it up here in Wilmington, North Carolina, right at the Intracoastal, and we're in one of these bands.
So that's Mike Seidel in Wilmington, North Carolina. But as he braces and fights the wind Friday, check out the two guys who seem to walk right by him in the background there with no trouble at all. The video has been shared more than 1 million times on social media. So now a spokesperson for the Weather Channel is defending Seidel, saying it's important to note that the two individuals in the background are walking on concrete while Seidel tries to maintain his footing on wet grass. The spokesperson goes on to say Seidel was exhausted after reporting on air until 1 a.m.
All right. So the Weather Channel's defending this guy, saying that he's standing on grass. That's why, and he's tired. He's standing on grass and he's tired. That's why he can't stand still. Well, these people are walking in like shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, these guys are just casually walking. These guys.
Now a spokesperson for the Weather Channel is defending Seidel, saying
the guy's surfing.
It's important to note that the
if you listen carefully, the reporter is trying not to laugh. She actually did a half laugh right here.
Saying it's important to note that the two individuals in the background are walking on concrete while Seidel tries to maintain his footing on wet grass. The spokesperson goes on to say Seidel was exhausted after reporting on air until 1 a.m.
All right. Epic stuff here. Okay, 9/11 revisionists send me another message. I'll check this book out as well. And okay, I'm gonna close this. There's the NASA one. There's creating one, and you have the power plants creating it. And I do need to double check the guy's work because I think he might be onto something. Just because you can double check it and look at it actually. All right, and he's gone somehow. So that's another interesting tell. All right, so this is Methyl Miner set up this one, and also 9/11 just told me to read it through his article. Read through it, but I'm also losing setup here. Where's that link? Can you like put the links? Where's the Erin one? Okay, so I'm gonna just show up all the stuff that I'm gonna go through, and I'm gonna end the stream because it's been 3 hours, and I'm still standing. So 3 hours still standing, and we had a big dump off here. Okay, let's go, guys. Gotta get back on the stream. Actually, no, I think they jumped back in, probably just glitching. All right, and let's see what else we have. Okay, I'm gonna open some stuff and then just end it. Passenger actual silhouette. Okay, 9/11 concert, no. Okay, and then, so Kevin Wesley won. Yeah, Kevin Wesley and Scott Myers as well. It says, okay, I'm going to end with those. Holographic person sound waves created. And then this one, Nagara Cement and Centuries. Okay, we're going to do, and, okay. Prince 9/11 2001. Okay, so I'm gonna play these and go back to this. Okay, so I'll read this one. Go through his Hurricane Erin, Hurricane September 11th, and then also I'll go over Methyl Miner's comment, and then I'm gonna go just rapid fire these last stuff and end the stream, guys. All right, and I gotta. Whoops. How do I zoom this one in? 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, that should be good. Okay, Weather Channel's big business. Get that man a stretcher. Okay, oh, that other guy. Okay. He's a bodybuilder too. Who's the bodybuilder? The weatherman? Get the man a stretcher. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Anyways, let's continue further. So before we can really get into what hurricanes have to do with 9/11, we take a look into history. And the U.S. military's interest in weather modification as far back as 1946. Have listened to what they managed to do way back in 1946 and 2001. I don't want to play it too long. This is, I think it was that guy in there. 2001, but this was 1946. I think I included 1946 in here. Let me go 1946. Oops. Or 1947. Um. 46, I think. No, weather, 1946. What did I say here? 1946. Nope, 1947. Oh, I guess it didn't upload it. But anyways, going further here, I've listened. I'll just go through some of the stuff he wrote here inside. It also well documented how the weather was used as a weapon during the Vietnam War, and the weather control operation was called Operation Popeye, where the U.S. military was tasked with making it rain in the dry season in order to disrupt the supply routes called the Ho Chi Minh Trail. And now in 2023, we experienced strange movements with Hurricane Hillary. Hurricane Hillary failure or transmission stuff.
Hurricane Hillary failure or mission accomplished? Did Hurricane Hillary actually live up to all the Matrix media hype about how catastrophic it would be to regions of the Southwest? Not so much. Were there actually other core agendas behind Hillary's anomalous manipulated moisture trajectory? Are there similar agendas core to other hurricane manipulations and landfalls? Hillary's circulation strength was battered and broken long before the storm ever even reached the U.S. Southwest. But the atmospheric moisture pump that Hurricane Hillary provided had already been manipulated north all the way to the Canadian border, migrating in a clockwise rotation over the Great Lakes around the now building ionosphere heater-induced high-pressure heat dome that is expected to continue baking portions of the central U.S. in record-shattering temperatures. The Hurricane Hillary moisture flow was then steered into the northeastern U.S., providing yet another chemical cloud seeding cool-down for the most populated portion of the U.S. Northeast, the most anomalous, less warm region, on average, in the entire world for the last 11 years running. That's not nature. It's climate engineering. Ionosphere heater transmissions can and are creating
All right, I think that's
storm steering atmosphere.
That's HARP and so on there. Yeah, Geoengineering Watch is interesting. I think they Hurricane Erin. I don't know if they talk about Hurricane Erin or not. But again, you gotta get the 9/11. So that's Dave Winnington. Yeah, I think I've seen some stuff is a bit questionable. But anyways, weather control is right there. Anyways, so most have no idea what the weather was like in New York City on December 10th, 2001. And yeah, so this was how the weather was right before, literally just before, and then you have a giant hurricane, and it's like perfectly clear skies, and there's a giant hurricane, and there's a giant holographic planes and so on. Yeah, Dane is a bit limited hangout. Yeah, if you have basically ask them about 9/11, and then if they don't give you the obvious truth, then that's like ridiculous. So we need to look back on Geraldo Rivera's experience covering hurricanes and the statement he made in 9/12/2010, saying he's the go-to guy in everything hurricanes.
If only a hurricane had come on 9/11.
Whoops, I hit the... Alright, well, I said it, let me see. But anyways, he literally said that.
If only a hurricane had come on 9/11.
So we have a hurricane guy, just a news guy, Geraldo Rivera, which was just hoping hurricane came on 9/11. So like, how did they not know? Hurricane Erin Category 3 traveled in a straight line towards New York City and the 2001 magnetic North Pole for 4+ days from September 7th to 11th, 2001, along the -15 magnetic declination lines of Earth's magnetic field. Despite Hurricane Erin's threatening trajectory, we suspiciously weren't warned by most corporate news broadcasts in the days leading up to 9/11 or on the morning of 9/11, when most corporate news channels displayed schematic weather maps on of the northeast U.S. coastline. Hurricane Erin was not shown. So most of them were like that. So okay, there's the path right here, and whoops.
Happening in your neighborhood.
To show the full path. Let's see some. I have a million messages. Okay, so that's a path right there, and it cuts off.
Happening with weather conditions around the nation. We start with the high temperatures for today. It is going to be a warm one in the south, but these temperatures are pretty much seasonable for most of the nation. 70s in the upper Midwest. We'll see some 80s throughout much of the U.S. Desert Southwest, of course, over 100 degrees again. Take a look at the highlights for today. New York.
Samples dust. What is it? Then you have proof again and can stop hypothesizing away the truth. What's this guy talking about? It was Operation Ivy. DU drones and explosives are in the dust. Are you talking about 9/11? Just get away from here. Put user timeout. If I don't know what your statement is, if you're putting explosives and dust, most of the dust was in the air. Anyways.
New York City, beautiful day here. 80 degrees today. St. Louis, 83. Albuquerque, you're looking at 87. San Diego, a pleasant 74. Where will we see rain? We'll see some scattered showers in portions of the west. Most of the west will be dry. Look for possible flooding in southern Texas, central and southern Florida, where the rain will be heavy.
All right, so there's no Hurricane Erin. Where's Hurricane Erin? And then someone else mentions it by name here.
Maine out of the northwest and north throughout the day today and tomorrow. That means humidity level, look at this, 73%. It was up to about 88% early this morning, so that's going to continue to fall. Gorgeous weather today and for the next several days. Rain yesterday afternoon, now well offshore, just a little bit making its way off the Outer Banks. No rain today or tomorrow. Cloud cover, too, with that cold front is making its way offshore, too. So we're going to have just a beautiful day today. This is a real cold front, folks. That means it's a boundary line of the very cool, dry air, and it is going to make its way well offshore, help to push Hurricane Erin.
All right. Doesn't show hurricane. It just says it's going to push it away.
To the north, it's not going to affect us at all, but high pressure, and this is just the beginning because another cold front.
All right. So how does that guy know it's going to push it? All right, where's the Hurricane Erin? It's like most of them don't even talk about it or show it on the day of. All right, and it's a cold front mentions it. But anyways, Hurricane Erin was similar in size to Hurricane Katrina and similar in strength to Hurricane Sandy, Category 3, and hurricanes rarely head straight for New York City. Yet we weren't warned by most corporate news outlets that Hurricane Erin was headed straight for densely populated New York City. Astonishingly, Hurricane Erin reached its closest point to New York City on the morning of December 11th before it did a sudden 150-degree turn away from its straight-line trajectory later that day and headed back out to sea. Hurricane Erin got so close to New York City that thunder and rain were reportedly and or measured at nearby international airports, including Newark, JFK, and LaGuardia, even though skies were clear in New York City. It is widely known that major corporate media outlets do not hesitate to report on Category 3 hurricanes that are headed straight for the East Coast. Instead, they warn people that a hurricane is coming, and they report on it frequently, giving regular updates and alerting the public in case a potential evacuation becomes necessary, and so preparations can be made. Furthermore, if one studies Atlantic hurricane paths tracked from 1995 to 2010, one can easily see that hurricane's path is unique in its suddenly getting locked onto a straight line towards NYC and the 2001 magnetic North Pole along the minus 15 degree inclination of Earth's magnetic field for 4+ days, then making a strange 150-degree turn after reaching its closest point to New York City, before heading northeast away from the U.S. eastern coast. Turns of 45 to 90 degrees are fairly common for northern Atlantic hurricanes, but not 150 degrees. So there it is, going straight across here and turns right. And this September 1st is when it's created and goes there and turns right. And so on. That's pretty interesting. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, National, and there's a Hurricane Erin right here, National Hurricane Center Best Track Figures and Cooperative Institute for Meteorological Satellite Studies at the University of Wisconsin in Madison. Figures showing that. And there's the link to it. So again, I like links when it gets from the government website. There's Hurricane Erin going straight over and turn right. And another one I had here was Hurricane Erin path. So if you go check the evidence on Andrew Johnson's website, has pretty good stuff here. Just search Hurricane Erin, you can see the path, and here's animation of the path. So there's from the NOIA or NOAA or someone, NORR or whatever that stuff is. But anyways, here's an animation of it, and you can see it turning right. All right, so there's September 1st, and it goes all the way to 9/11. Okay, it's going. All the weather channels saying, don't worry about hurricanes. There's no hurricane. Just don't worry, guys. Cold front's going to push it off and then pushes it off right on 9/11. It does a giant turn. Not many know about this epic stuff. All right, so definitely check this out as well. All right, continuing on that article. Could there be a reason why people weren't told about Hurricane Erin? NASA makes a heated 3D map, 3D look into Hurricane Erin's eye. And this is apparently the most studied hurricane of all time during that time. October 11, 2001. It is also NASA literally made a 3D. NASA was also researching it. So Air Station in Jacksonville, Florida. The mission united researchers from 10 universities, 5 NASA centers, and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. Is a series of field research, etc. So they were looking at a heated 3D look into Erin's eye, and so they were literally looking into it. On the day, looking down from the International Space Station, astronaut Frank Culberson Jr. also did not mention Hurricane Erin. Why not?
Good morning. My name is Frank
This is from
Culberson.
the Irrefutable series.
I've been fortunate enough to be an astronaut on 3 missions to space.
Just notice his hands as well. He's doing this with his hands.
Culberson. I've been fortunate enough to be an astronaut on 3 missions to space.
And then he does this. So Commander Culberson was in space. 13 later, he's recounting what he saw from orbit.
So on the morning of September the 11th, 2001, I called the ground, and my flight surgeon, Steve Hart, came on, and I said, "Hey, Steve, how's it going?" He said, "Well, Frank, we're not having a very good day down here on Earth." And he began to describe to me what was happening in New York, the airplanes that were flown into the World Trade Center, the airplane that was flown into the Pentagon. As we were talking, I saw that we were coming across southern Canada. I found a video camera and a window facing in the right direction. Got in the window, and looking out the window from over Maine, about 400 miles away from New York City, I could clearly see the city. It was a perfect weather day all over the United States. And the only activity I could see was this big black column of smoke coming out of New York City, out over Long Island and over the Atlantic. And as I zoomed in with the video camera, I saw this big gray blob basically enveloping the southern part of Manhattan.
Now he's doing the hand thing too. So he's from space. He's saying he's in space, and this all he could see was just the smoke from space. Okay, right? And he's zooming in like that. That's all he could see.
And what I was seeing was a second tower come down. We had 90 minutes to get set up for the next pass across the United States. So we set up every camera we could, looking through windows facing downward.
Nice.
And I said, guys, we're going to take pictures of everything we can see as we come across the U.S. So every orbit, we kept trying to see more of what was happening.
Long a staple of space missions, took on new poignancy in mid-September when Culbertson and his crewmates viewed the plumes of smoke rising from New York City shortly after the terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center.
And as we went over Maine, we could see New York City and the smoke from the fires. Our prayers and thoughts go out to all the people there and everywhere else. Here I'm looking up and down the East Coast to see if I can see anything else. And to the people in Washington.
And Frank, that's an accurate assessment.
And I hope that the people responsible are caught and brought to justice as soon as possible. But first, our prayers and condolences to all involved. And I just wanted the folks to know that their city still looks very beautiful from space. I know it's very difficult.
This is the morning of 9/11 where he's saying this. And he doesn't notice that he has to aim his camera to avoid the bands of the hurricane.
For New Yorkers, your city still looks great from up here.
All right, yeah. So basically, he's looking up and down. He's looking up and down from space, the East Coast, and to see if anything else. And all he could see was that he can't see a giant hurricane. All right, and this guy's pretty good here.
Turn off your television sets. Turn them off now. Turn them off.
Anyways, keep going further so you have a listen. Hurricane Erin, magnetic field. I'm not going to go through all this. It's going to be, well, anyways, make sure to check out the stuff. I'm going to power through the rest of the stuff because I wanted to read this one here. This is a giant one for Methyl Miner. And then I'm going to go try to end this thing because I don't want to spend too long. And I need to go eat some food and do some stuff. Anyways, Methyl Miner, get a start on Hurricane Erin data from Judy Wood's website. Again, he has I like when you have links to everything. So Hurricane Erin was born on about 1st of September 2001 and traveled up New York City. Hurricane Erin was the closest to New York City on 9/11/2001 and was the largest on its date, although wind speeds were greater the day before. At the top of each page, the photo of Erin was an inset where the plume has an inset where the plume of material from the destroyed WTC can be clearly seen. The crew of the International Space Station ISS can see this, quote, terrorist carnage on NYC on 9/11/2001. They did not report seeing a hurricane. That was just out of their camera shot. This video was shown on CNN. Comparison of hurricane data. The development of Hurricane Erin is considered, and a comparison made to Hurricane Katrina for the reason that Katrina and Erin were of comparable size. Erin was bigger. By most measures, we heard almost nothing of the risk Erin posed near 9/11 compared to what we heard about Katrina. Erin was also the subject of an extended study mission which united researchers from 10 universities, 5 NASA centers, and a National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. Okay, Brody left 1,000 explode. Okay, I'm just gonna ban this guy. How do I show this guy's comments? Okay, this is the comments. Where's the comments? Did the comments all go away? I got why is there a thing blocking my thing? Go away, Brody. Okay, okay, now it's like they have to put this little heart thing. I can't even see what this is. Just click it. Okay. Just go hide user from channel. It's enough of this nonsense. And okay, this is just absolutely ridiculous. The guy, I think, has been there multiple times in the stream, just talking up nonsense. All right, comparison of Hurricane Dare. Yeah, we went over that. Levitation, material effects, and storm effects. A short comparison is drawn between some of the effects seen with the materials in collision in tornadoes and hurricanes with anomalous changes in materials seen with Hutchinson effect, and then storms and Tesla coils. The development of supercell storms is examined, and a comparison of their structure to that of a Tesla coil is considered. It is therefore suggested that the electrical properties of large storm systems may have some similarities to Tesla coils, and there's possibility that technology exists to utilize or manipulate energy in these storm systems for, quote, secondary purposes. And you have the magnetometer data. One of the most striking elements of the data presented is that from a set of magnetometers monitored on the University of Alaska. Several instruments show significant deviations from, quote, background or, quote, normal readings as the events of 9/11 were unfolding. Further selections of this data is presented in relation to variations during the hurricane seasons of 2001, 2004, and 2005. You have plume study, and an adjunct of the study is that the development of and changes in the plume of material seen rising from the WTC complex following their destruction. Its, quote, thinning is noted in a comparison made to other significant smoke plumes observed from space. The comparison indicates that the plume did not behave like particulate smoke from a chemical or wood fire. The relationship of the changes in the plume to dust particle size is briefly considered interesting. Earthquake links. A later part of the study examines some of the data relating to patterns of earthquakes and unusual weather patterns, which may be related to secret or partially disclosed environmental modification technologies such as HARP, though no direct link to the events on 9/11 is established. Then you have beaming power, magnetic reconnection, rocks, planet Earth. The possible role of the compound barium titaniate is noted both in reference to the possible residue from persistent jet trails, usually called, quote, chemtrails, and those used in some experiments by John Hutchison and Thomas Townsend Brown. Could there be some role for this compound in the manipulation of field effects? It is noted that that the X-ray opacity of barium compound taken by patients from tests may also be significant in this area of study. Epic stuff. So epic stuff. Thanks for making this list. Methyl miner, math with the epic stuff. And this is make sure to check out all this stuff. The links on Judy Wood's page as well for Hurricane Erin compares it with a whole bunch of other stuff, and so on. So I'm just gonna start closing some stuff, and whoops. And this some more typical cyclone. And here's some other interesting effects in hurricanes. Like this one here, it's not from a direct impact on it. It's literally like got some Hudson effect styled stuff going on. Especially like this little straw going through a tree. It's not from high speeds. It's just from like some weird electromagnetic effects going on. Straw through there. You have this thick one going melting into it as well. I think she has even more. This car being flipped, not crushing the fence. This during hurricane, and it's literally placed on top. This one, some flipped, some not. And this car is not smashed on it. It just somehow levitated on top of it. So that's pretty cool. And I think I've seen a footage of it. Okay, Dane Whittington has consciously ignored, has never mentioned Hurricane Erin in all years of his broadcast. Really? Geoengineering, let's go. Geoengineering. Watch.org. I think he doesn't talk about it. Oh, whoops. Why does it go there? Geoengineeringwatch.org. Okay, so this is his website, and you can double check by. Okay, there's a lot of viewers there, and now you can search it. And one way to search it, you can go right here, site : and then Hurricane Erin, put in quotation marks. So you can do a Google search of it, or just a web search of it. So he never mentions it. Yeah, he never mentions it. Okay, Hurricane Erin manipulation, Irma manipulation, objectives and angles. And then I think the only mention of Hurricane Erin is in a comment. So I apologize for multiple points, but as an established beyond doubt that the MSN reporting of Hurricane Erin leading up to 9/11 was minimal. So the only mention is in his entire website on Hurricane Erin is someone's comment, a person commenting on his website. So in other words, this is limited hangout. If you're not talking about Hurricane Erin, you just don't deserve to like.
Which is appointed by the king.
All right. Okay. So going further, this is some other stuff here: appendices, field effects. So Judy Wood has infinite information, so she needs her own podcast or get on mine, get on my live stream. And again, this is the path of it, Hurricane Erin. It's got infinite data on it, and it's going through and so on. And yeah, let's see some more stuff. And I think he posted even more stuff in here. There's a plume study somewhere there. We'll get to that. But anyways, so you have a hurricane. It's very similar to a Tesla coil. Anatomy of it, very, very similar to it. And I'm just going to power through it. So there's Geoengineering Watch covering up 9/11 and Hurricane Erin. Okay, so now we're getting to, I think he shared a bunch of stuff here as well. So Methyl Miner has infinite info. I think Methyl Miner, if you're interested in joining the stream, is this Angels Don't Play Harp. And this is a whole bunch of HARP timeline. Okay, I'll read that maybe another time. I am losing energy. Chemtrails, HARP, and so on. So make sure, read the comments in here for more Methyl Miner stuff, because he is on his game. Okay, and now I'm gonna go through some more. I'm gonna fast forward through this. Okay, this is pressure pulse. I'm gonna go coat. I think coat. Okay, here's a close-up view. This is as people having a debate. Is this a coat? What do you guys think? Is this a coat or is it a person being launched? So close-up view of the alleged person literally being launched from the South Tower. I also provide a slow-motion comparison with someone waving their coat. The object definitely looks more like a person and not a coat. Note the interlacing since I used the original footage. And notice that he's being pushed forward, but his hands are here. The coat's not being flung back. Anyways, here's the footage. Let's play this. Just play it. Okay, there's a person being launched right there. Okay, now he's slow motion. So see this person? Is this a person or is it a coat? Look at him here. Okay, he's being launched out. Okay, his arms are forward. It looks like a person and it moves a tiny bit forward. As he's being pushed, his hands go forward, not going back at all. And if you go backwards, so seconds before, and here's a coat, someone's coat right before. So here's someone's coat right there. And there's someone's hanging on the side. That's scary. And there's a coat flying up soon. Well, there's a coat right there. You can see a coat right there, and I compared side by side. So the question is it a coat or is it a person? Okay, so here's compare. Here's the coat. Here's an actual thingy with the. There's the coat looking. That's how the coat looks in this footage. So you have to think about it. It's not just how a coat it looks like. It's how does a coat look like in this camera angle, this footage, this quality, this interlacing. So there's the thingy. There's the giant person. And I have this flicking back and forth. So you guys just make up your own mind. So this is a coat. This is this thingy, and it's much bigger than the coat too. It's pretty big. Yeah, and it's bent forward. So that's the. Okay, so there's the thingy. There is the coat kind of flies away near the end. There, yeah, this looks like a person. I just don't know. If I was betting, man, I think Metal Miner. He's a betting man. If he's watching, what do you bet? Is it coat of arms? Yeah, it might be. Okay, look at this, and it looks like it shows the form of the. It looks like he's wearing a coat as well because you can see the cutoff at his waist. Notice the cutoff at his waist and his legs, and this arm moves forward. See the bend forward. Whoops, the bend goes like this. That was hard. Where the camera? The bend goes like this. So as he's being pushed forward, there's a slight bend. Okay, so and the coat is over here. So this is the coat. Yeah, it's not just what a coat looks like. It's what is this. There's a coat here flying. You can see it a bit vaguely. There's this guy, and it's much bigger. I'm like zoomed in there. And we'll see the original footage here interlacing. Okay, this is original footage or semi-original again because he says, but this guy likely wasn't faking that footage. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, double speed. Okay, there's a guy launched over. Okay, there's this footage right here. This is without interlacing. Without interlacing looks more obvious. So without interlacing, you'll see it. So once you de-interlace it, it's not fully original, and it bends. The arm bends forward as it's going forward. There's a bend forward at the elbow. So if I was a betting man, it's a person. Anyways. Okay, so next up, I think I've shown this. This is Prince. Okay, I'm just gonna power through and see, and because I have a groove right now. Okay, Prince. Okay, this was I think from That's Life Bananas, you know it. So on December 24, 1988, Prince sang the song called Osama Bin Laden, Get Ready to Bomb, in which he literally sings, "I've got to go back to America. I've got to get ready for the bomb. Osama Bin Laden getting ready to bomb America. You better watch out. Osama Bin Laden getting ready to bomb 2001. Hit me." He literally said 2001. So Prince definitely knew what he was doing there. Alright, the next setup here, fake news from TruthStream. I think they're limited hangout, but nonetheless they're pretty interesting. Fake news. They have some info there. Okay, so right here. So this is from 1600s. So this is by the King proclamation, state of government, and where he proclamation to reframe the spreading of false and licentious talking of matters or whatever. Basically false news. So you can't speak false news, especially if it's against the government. There's another one even further right here. Even in 1275, in the Statute of Minister, slanderous news was banned. So none shall report slanderous news whereby discord may arrive. They have like different words, letters for back in time. Anyway, so fake news was banned years ago, decades, centuries ago. Okay, I used to contribute to his cause and spoke to him in person about Hurricane Erin. Oh, the Dave guy, that's epic. Okay, you spoke to him directly. That's interesting. So in reality, we need to get you on the live stream one day and tell us all you know about these disinfo agents. All right, so here's another one is a plane for Nakajura cement. So this is what should have been used on 9/11. Then we wouldn't need to. Then Osama bin Laden wouldn't have got away with it.
Nagarjuna cement. Prati Saudamlo Managadai nilustundi.
Alright, so that's an Indian advertisement for a Nagajura cement. Alright. Alright, let's go. Okay, this one right here, this is his YouTube channel. Let's see, where it is. This is from Kashmir Rules. And so this guy worked at Boeing, yeah. So this is Scott Myers, the guy who filmed, the guy that filmed, what was this, some other Boeing stuff. Just want to get to this Scott Myers right here.
Drop it in.
So Scott Myers Boeing 787 Project Salt Lake City. This is his actual YouTube channel. And so he worked at Boeing, and he's talking about all this Boeing stuff, and he's got a project on it. And he's the guy that filmed the second, quote, plane. This guy.
Ovens from Indy.
Which some people in the chat think it's Paul Levels.
Yep, he's very...
Okay. So this guy, and he's got some interesting stuff here. I'm just going to go through Boeing. Okay, Scott Myers Boeing, a Dreamliner, and so on. And this is the same guy that got like a restraining order from his family for 9/11 or something like that. And he has Michael Moore on 9/11, interesting stuff here. And apparently and then this guy apparently got stabbed by a young lady that he met at like a food bank or something, a food kitchen, with one stab wound. And then and also he was arrested before that, I think the same year, for some restraining order violation. Anyways, that's Scott Myers. And I want to bring up another thing is that Kevin Wesley, the guy who filmed this one. So Scott Myers, if you go to my video right here, Scott Myers right here. And he also videotaped himself getting arrested. But here's original footage right here. He filmed this one right here. So this one he had a tripod set up there the whole time and filmed it. And so that's interesting. So the guy's definitely a bot. I mean, definitely an agent. And then, so the other guy is Wesley. So so here's the Kevin Wesley footage. This is the recent one. So Kevin Wesley, this is a recent video published February 24th, 2022, in which Kevin Wesley claims to have accidentally made it private in 2001. YouTube was created in 2005, so he's lying about that, or it got missed set up there. Okay. So he's the one who filmed this one here. Maggie, gotta run. Thanks so much, MES, and all in the chats for sure. Have a good one, Maggie. I'm about to end it too. Okay, so that's Scott Myers. He also worked at Boeing. So it's some interesting stuff here. So not Scott Myers. That was Kevin Wesley. So Kevin Wesley also worked at Boeing. And these random people made a channel, a video about this stuff. So Kevin Wesley said he published the recent February 24, 2022 footage of the second quote plane after saying he accidentally made it private in 2001. YouTube didn't exist until February 14, 2005. Let's play this right here. Okay, this can't be played there. I gotta open up on Telegram here. Wesley on my desktop. Sometimes they just don't play. Okay, I'll play this one here.
You see that new 9/11 footage?
I'll make this sideways. I'll play this now.
Yeah. You see that new 9/11 footage? Yeah. That shit's crazy. That's weird. Why would that? The whole thing's weird. That guy's YouTube channel, you see, like the guy who posted it? Yeah. His previous job. Yeah. I don't know if this is real too. Because...
Actually, I don't want to get copyright, but anyways, I'll mute this stuff here. Yeah, I'll just mute it so that the music doesn't give me copyright. But anyways, you can watch that video there. And he also works at the Air Force. He was at Boeing. He's a chief engineer at Boeing, and it's real. It's like actual. So that's him. And see that. All right. And someone else commented saying that he actually looked at his watch just before the quote plane hit. And so he worked in it. He sees designs and so on. Projects is when. And he changes. First he said 2001, 2002 private. Then he changed his description. I actually saw that when he first uploaded. He literally said 2001. I was literally witness to that. Okay. And so on. Anyways, I don't want to copyright. You could play that footage there. YouTube didn't exist until. Actually, I'll just play the whole thing. If I get Matt G's going up. Actually, no, he's saying peace to Maggie. But anyways, I'll play this one as well. If I get copyright, well, now this is worth playing it though. It is worth playing it. Let's play this right here.
Crazy. That's weird. Why would that? The whole thing's weird. That guy's YouTube channel, you see, like the guy who posted it? Yeah. His previous job? Yeah. I don't know if this is real.
Actually, no, it's not worth showing and get the copyright issue stuff. Anyways, so Mark Cullen sent some stuff saying you got to verify and so on because other people were lying. And I actually found out that, yeah, so I looked at more into it, and yeah, it's 100% him. So this is Kevin Wesley's LinkedIn. And he knows it's a United flight. Yeah, so if you listen to him, I have some notes right here. Wesley. So, so in that footage is one of the most bizarre, if you watch the full thing. Yeah, YouTube only went live in 2005. So Kevin Wesley's second plane footage is bizarre. A person says, I think that was him. So he says United airplane crashed into it. And he also said on purpose. And he also says 737. So just trying to guess the flight number. It includes slow motion at the end, plays it again with music, and UNAL buildings, 100% disinformation, zooming in on what appears to be paper, but actually weird orbs. That's what I think. He worked at Boeing. YouTube wasn't around in 2001. Check watch and video. He checks watch and video and says the second quote plane and not a plane. I got to find that. Someone posted that on Telegram. Yeah, so he says the second plane, doesn't say a second plane. In other words, he knows that there's only two. He said he accidentally uploaded it in private since 2001. YouTube didn't exist until 2025. So if you go to his... and here's another thing. So I verified that it is actually him. So here's Kevin Wesley on his LinkedIn. Chief Engineering at Boeing. Okay? And if you go... interesting up here. So he's at Boeing for 9 years and 11 months. This is a good timing. Synchronicity right there. He's Chief Engineer full-time August 2018 until now. Present 5 years, 10 months. Develop, manage product baseline, lead multifunctional teams to delivery, and so on. And he's test director beforehand at Boeing, then senior program manager, UK Ministry of Defense. All right, and then he is B-61 nuclear bomb chief interrogator. At the B-61 nuclear bomb, U.S. Air Force deputy director of engineering at the 498 Nuclear Systems Wing, chief concept development branch J69. Chief International Civil Aviation Policy Branch, June 2003, August 2006, provided focused post-9/11 air defense policy advice to Air Force HQ leadership. And then before 9/11, he was at Military Commissioned Officer, U.S. Air Force, June 1991, June 2003. And this is literally him. So you go to his Facebook page, Kevin Wesley, that's him, without glasses. If you scroll through his photos, you can see this one right here with his kid. That's literally him. That's literally his face. His face is literally him. This is on his YouTube channel. Slideshow during his retirement, I think, from the Air Force. And that's literally, absolutely him. And there's a LinkedIn, YouTube, and so on. I can't stress enough. It's literally him. So if you go to his YouTube channel or watch the full video, if you watch the full thing, it's bizarre. Okay. I'm just gonna go fast forward until I see his watch. Actually, let's just play it. Let's see the transcript. And another thing is, if you look at his description, the description is so weird. So first he changes puts in 2000s. No, that's fake. He actually said 2001 before. And then if you see, he pretty much has like a giant poem or presentation or whatnot, and it's like weird about it was about his time in the military and so on, and it literally seems like it's almost as if he's posting it saying he kind of feels like sorry for betraying humanity because he kind of knows what's going on. Yeah, and let's see what else he says. I just want to check when he checks his watch. Okay. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna find the watch part. But he also says, yeah, United Airlines and so on. We'll get to that part as well. But I'm doing research on the go right now. Someone said he checks his watch just before the hit. I think this is where he checks it. I think. Yeah. Okay. I think that's where he's checking his watch. He pulls it up. He's recording. I think he checks his watch. Like, okay, that's what someone is saying. I guess he was asked and filmed that day. Well, filmed, but also he's probably told about it, and he probably wants to have a look. And again, he doesn't upload it until 2022, and he also says United Airlines. Let's see what he says. Alright, United Airplane.
Crashed right into it.
That was a crash. That was a dead-on kill.
He did it on purpose.
He did it on purpose.
He did.
He did it on fucking purpose, man. What he did. What the fuck?
Lord God. Lord God. Lord God.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, his commentary is so fake, but if you watch the whole thing. Also, American Fathers, man, you guys are still alive. You're awesome. I just DM'd you on IG. Yeah, I just had a notification, but I'll check it later. I am gonna close the video soon. Okay. American Fathers, are you still using fossil fuels, or have you discovered crystalline fusion? Buzz Lightyear when he arrives to Andy's room. Interesting. So if you go through this the full video, it's super weird. And then he has a slow motion of it like this. Then he has a slow motion. All right, and then he has a slow motion, and then going further, he has it slow motion, and then he puts. Now there's a UN tower for no reason. All right. And he has some music in the background. And then he has this stuff. Alright, now he's got some music in the background. And then he has music with the plane, so it's like, what in the world is he doing? Alright. Yeah, it's a crystallic fusion. Okay, interesting. And yeah, so he says a prayer, and a giant prayer that seems off topic, and definitely I think he has some more videos. I'm gonna just quickly check what else he has. Anyways, I'm pushing 4 hours. And he's subscribed to the Babylon Bee and Distant Signal. Interesting. And also he has a horned owl on it. He has a few videos only. And he has a horned owl, and it shows him with his wife. Okay, so horned owl. Now a tribute there. All right. So interesting. Alright, going further. What else is there? And yeah, so anyways, I'm closing some stuff. Telegram, Casimir rules, yeah. That is that. Closing. Anyways, guys, I am done. I am literally done. Close this. Okay, I'm gonna save this stuff. Plain sight, the UN, that's who did it. Well, it's the United Nations. UN is literally America. It's inside Manhattan. And it's right beside Trump Tower, World Tower. Trump World Tower is literally on United Nations Plaza. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Trump World Tower is located on United Nations Plaza. and it's like a giant it's a giant monolith. It's like literally right at the United Nations. And it's right beside 9/11. It's like, it's all in Manhattan. Okay, so that doesn't tell you something. And I think that was created in 2001, 2000. So it's literally created literally around 9/11. Alright guys, that is all. I'll be working on, again, these original. Before I upload more stuff, I want to try to finish all this. I've gotten, I think, 24 original footage. I got to make sure I got all original footage so that we don't get manipulated by liars. Like for example, this one right here. So this is original footage. And then you have the fake one right here with strobe lights and whatnot. And you have the video fakery ones showing like no plane or whatnot, or even this one here, nose. So you have multiple fakery. This one, another one, the nose out one. The person uses a fake.
In September clues, Simon Shack claims that.
Yeah, this one, he actually uses fake, edited photos to make it look like it's a nose.
In the Chopper 5 video, the nose of the plane can be seen to come out the other side of the building. Now, I've already made a previous video showing that this supposed nose out is a dust jet in reality.
Yeah, and this one's a fake. This is Simon Shack literally edited to make it look like a nose. It's completely fake.
And it just happens to look vaguely like a plane nose. Now, in this video, I will be zooming in and doing a frame-by-frame analysis on this apparent nose out. So at first glance it does appear maybe as if the nose is coming out, but when you zoom in you can clearly see that the shape is different, the speed is different, it does not match the shape of a plane nose, and when you look at all the frames side by side you can clearly see this is a dust jet. They're not showing the same thing, all 10 of them. Now in these 10, that's the plane nose. I think it is clear that dust jet is not a plane nose. Here they are side by side. I think this refutes anyone who supports September clues. Chopper 5 does not show a plane nose, neither does any other video that you may think happens to show a plane nose.
Yeah, so that's the actual, this is the actual plane's nose. This is the dust jet, looks like that. And Simon Shack edits out, make it look like that. Anyways, American Fathers, MES 9/11 Revisionist, Reality Access, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And thanks to you too, American Fathers. Alright guys, that is all for today. Oh, this OD control, this one will go for another day. And I am losing energies. And, well, anyways, that's all guys. Okay, we have 37 people. I'm going to zoom out. Thanks for joining guys. It was a decent stream. And we'll keep going. And we'll get 9/11 Revisionist with the UFO stuff. We'll go over some Ashton Forbes stuff. And Ashton Forbes, he's like my favorite disinfo agent. He's a funny guy. Anyways, that's all guys. Thanks for joining. We literally almost 4 hours. Epic stuff. Have a great weekend. Alright guys, that is all. I'm ending in 3, 2, 1. Also make sure anyways, make sure to donate some cash money guys. Donate. Send some cash money, become super fan. And I'm heading out. Okay, anyways guys, have a good one. And I'm ending the stream in 3, 2, 1. Peace. Bye everyone. And